Good morning. It's 7 a.m. on Friday, March 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect scattered thunder showers with a high of about 72. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap the first night of the NCAA March Madness Tournament, and we'll preview LSU women's basketball. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in. Friday, March 22nd, 2024. Yeah! Let's go. March Madness underway. Fun to be had. Games all day. Again today. Men, women, everything. Thunder showers here. I've never heard the term thunder showers, but I agree with Eric Truss in the chat. I love it.
Well, I was telling y'all, like, I was thinking scattered showers, but then I heard thunder earlier, so then it just kind of came out thunder showers, and I was like, we're rolling with it.
What's up, y'all? Hope everybody's having a great day. How did everyone enjoy the basketball yesterday, huh? Golke!
What'd you say?
Isn't that his name?
Oh, you
Golke.
said name. Yep.
Jack. You know?
You about 30 years
Jack
old.
Golke is March Madness. Shout out to all the homies with a widow's peak, I should say. You're walking around a little fatter and cockier today, feeling yourself, as you were very well represented on the largest sporting stage last night by Oakland's Jack Golke, the man with the greenest light in all of college basketball. 23s, made 10 of him, nearly set the record. And Oakland beats Kentucky, and my God, it's just, I mean, that is March Madness, right? Watching the powers fall, watching their fan bases melt. Kentucky's second first-round exit over the last 3 years. Kentucky Sports Radio in shambles. And I like those guys. But again, the same way that I know a bunch of people that, like, tune into Whiskey and Wine when LSU loses. They don't give a damn about LSU or anything else. They just want to see my tears and my pain. It's been very fun to see the tears and pain of the Kentucky fan base as, you know, this is what they got. This team was supposed to be built for March, so they told themselves all year long. And, well, you didn't know you were going to run into Golke, did you? You never see Golke hiding out in the corner there.
You don't, and you don't see an Oakland from Michigan very often either.
What? They're from Michigan?
Yeah.
No idea. Thought they were California this whole time.
Nah.
I thought so too.
Sick unis though, dude. I mean, right? The black and gold looks so good.
Also, Golden Grizzlies, really cool
That's
name.
their name?
Even though that's
Oakland
not,
Golden Grizzlies
even
from
though that's
Michigan.
not a thing,
Just a
Golden
Mad
Grizzlies is
Lib?
a cool mascot.
It's a Mad Lib or an NCAA basketball team. Shout out Oakland, man. Definitely the story of the day. But look, there's a lot. There's the block that was called a foul in Sanford's bid to upset Kansas. Jake, you called it Kansas, looking a little wobbly there, injured, sketchy as hell. You mentioned Dayton's streakiness. I mean, they were down 17 with less than 8 minutes to go, and they pull off a 24-4 run to win the game.
God, they were down 56-39, I believe was the score, with 7 minutes left.
They had Nevada had a 99.5% win chance with the at 7 minutes left to go. So a 0.5% upset bid by the Flyers.
True, and I had Nevada going to the Sweet 16.
Boom! Busted!
Because of how they played when they got it to 56-39. Gosh, that's one of the most epic collapse you'll see in March Madness history. Like, I'm trying to, like, we've had some.
It's the largest comeback since 2017, but I don't know about, like, the comeback in relation to time, right? Because I'm with you. Like, yeah, teams have gotten down early, maybe big, and fought their way back. I've never seen anything like that in 7 minutes to come back from such a steep deficit.
So I have actually two teams already out of my Sweet 16. I had Kentucky going to that round and then losing. Kentucky.
Yeah,
oof.
I guess I had them too. They gone. They gone, man. Yeah, it was a fun day. How's everyone's final? How many Final Four teams got eliminated for everybody? I'm clean.
I'm clean.
I'm looking
One.
good. Only
for
one?
me.
Okay, I thought you said all four, Alondra.
No.
Nice, you're
I meant
good.
like my Final Four was like one of them was messed up.
Okay,
Because I
okay.
had a little bit of McNeese all the way.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think we all got, again.
I picked the Zags, even though I did right on the bottom of my bracket. To be clear, I'm rooting for McNeese.
You picked the Zags, bro?
Yes.
I know, but I feel like you kind of misled us a little bit. I thought we were like all on, like you were telling us that like, even though Gonzaga's made the Sweet 16 18 years in a row,
10.
that maybe like, that they were looking a little shaky this year and that McNeese, this was their chance. Damn.
I wrote on here, to be clear,
No.
I'm rooting
I'm not
for
talking
McNeese.
about rooting. I'm not talking about rooting. I trusted you.
No. I think you saw why in that first half.
Yeah.
Gonzaga was putting on a clinic.
Yeah, we got a little over our skis with the McNeese hype. Like I said, you're thinking about the and it looks like I had them in the Sweet 16 actually. But yeah, you're thinking about the bed back in the day. Oh God, I had McNeese in the Elite Eight. Never mind.
Oh. I had Final Four. I had
a little over the skis
BYU.
there. It happens.
Look,
dude.
I think you saw yesterday, like, that's why Mark Few's made 25 straight tournaments. That's why he's made 10 straight Sweet 16s. Like, when it becomes tournament time, he's got his team locked in, and they played, like, basketball 101, but at a very advanced level, like a mastery class.
Yeah, again, the definition of over your skis for your boy there on the Pokes.
And I knew I was.
Hey, still a good season.
Yes.
For the Pokes, okay? Still a good season for Wade and company. Though, in some of the group text, there was some kind of, whatever. There was, it's an interesting dynamic with Wade when it comes to LSU fans. It's a wide range of opinions. Some saying that, like, still a good season, Wade's still cool, and some saying, like, eat it. I thought whatever.
He's proven he can do it.
Yeah,
So,
no, I mean, look, it was a great day. Wait, so how did everyone take in the games yesterday? Did anybody did anybody just skip all responsibilities? What are we talking about here?
Somebody here at Guarantee came in clutch, logged into their own personal account on that TV, and we watched the March Madness all day long.
Oh, let's go. So the little office video room, all the production team sitting there.
We closed the
marching
blinds
it up
over there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No glare.
Oh, I was comfy. I was like, I need a blanket or something.
Call
like,
K
we're
to
ready
C.
go.
Rainy day, too. Great time.
That's
Great
what
time
I did.
to do it.
I dropped my shade from K to Z yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Not how I typically take in the NCAA tournament because I didn't have work.
Yeah,
because
no off campus, right?
we were playing games on 84, so didn't have to work, and so me, Harlow, and Katie all day just watched basketball. It was great.
Nice, dude. That's dope. That's awesome. What about you, Alondra? Did you get to take it in? I was kind of spotty myself.
Yeah.
Did a couple other shows yesterday, and then I ended up watching a very funny movie last night. Ricky Stenicki.
I think
Amazon?
I've heard of
Yes. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Bro. So I was getting my hair cut the other day. Shout out the fam over there at Mercer Supply. And my guy Jacob was telling me, a couple people were talking about it, but they were basically saying, like, it's really funny. It's a good couples movie. And it's, I believe he said that, like, it reminds him of, like, an early 2000s comedy.
Yeah.
And I would say that's pretty accurate. And I mean that in the best way. Like, we've talked a lot lately about, like, Role Models, Hall Pass, like a lot of those movies that are deeply funny, but kind of get lost to time with, like, the big boys. And Ricky Stenicki, I would firmly put in that. I mean, it's wonderful. John Cena's great. Santino continues his rise. The redhead from Dave and what is it, like the Bad Friends podcast. He's all over the place right now. He's having a bit of a moment.
He's really funny.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's so good in that movie. And then Zac Efron and his new Jaw. It was really good. Like John Cena, though. John freaking Cena carries the movie. I mean, he is the reason why it works. I never would have thought. And now, look, I loved him in that second Suicide Squad movie, The Peacemaker Show. He was fantastic in. And now Stenicki, I'm like, Cena, you're a bona fide, like, great actor. It's his comedic timing, man. It's I never would have fathomed when John Cena was out there with wristbands and shorts, like at some points cribbing from urban culture, at other times cribbing from military culture.
Oh my gosh,
I mean,
yes.
he really ran the gamut. I never would have fathomed that he would become such an artistic acting gem as he did. So, yeah, I would recommend Stanicki. I'm not saying it's like an all-time good, but it's like I think you'll enjoy it if you watch it.
He's come a long way since 12 Rounds, his first movie that he released.
12 Rounds?
He was also in a movie called like Marine.
Yeah, so I think
remember the Marine was the first one that kind of hit,
first.
right?
Yeah.
Like I remember people really liking the Marine actually in terms of just like a turn your brain off dumb action movie.
Hey,
But I watched
with me?
a fun action movie. I watched some of the games, but then I turned off the McNeese game and I put Roadhouse, the new Roadhouse
Oh, how'd
movie
that
on.
go?
I liked it.
Really?
Yeah, I actually really liked it.
I've
It
never
was like
seen OG Roadhouse, so I feel like I can't watch the new one until I see the old one.
I think you can, but it was
I
good. It was good.
My
I
only,
think some people
You've
won't
never
like
seen
it.
the original Roadhouse?
No, my only Roadhouse experience is from the Family Guy joke where Peter Griffin just keeps doing like roundhouse kicks and saying like Roadhouse, and that's that's kind of the whole bit.
Yeah.
How'd Jake Gyllenhaal look? He looked pretty jacked in those UFC scenes that they've been.
He
that
looked
went
jacked.
viral.
He looked so jacked. He looked really good. So he was my crush like back in the day. So it came
got
back.
a little Donnie Darko emo girl here.
Yes, I
Yeah,
loved
yeah.
Donnie Darko so much. I had that movie like on replay, but
Everybody
he
in
looked
high
so
school
good.
goes through their Donnie Darko stage
Yeah.
where they're like, God, this is so intelligent.
Yeah, it was
and
like
so
in middle
deep.
school for
Like,
me.
have you seen this?
Yeah.
And then it's like you go to like Requiem for a Dream and you're like,
Yes.
oh my God, have you seen Requiem for a Dream? Aronofsky. It's just a natural passage of life.
It is.
So
But
you
yeah,
give
he
thumbs
looked
up?
jacked. Yeah, I give it a thumbs up. Conor McGregor was okay. Like I wouldn't say he was bad, but he wasn't good either. I think I just can't get past the fact that it's Conor McGregor.
Is he not
And he looks
playing Conor
nothing-
McGregor in the
no,
movie?
No, he's playing somebody else. So-
you want to talk about someone that looks increasingly Irish as he gets older? McGregor's face. It's because
He looks really different.
it's just getting like thicker and
Yeah.
thicker, and
Very.
he's kind of getting more like a little old Irish man, just kind of slumped over a bit like this.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Look, we got a big time weekend though. Like we said, LSU women's holding it down in the PMAC this weekend. You got more March Madness games today. Freaking baseball. That's right, Florida. You ain't seen this shirt in a while, have you? Have you? Not since last Natty, not since June, you bums. Monday's show when I done told this LSU team that this was their moment, right? No fear, go take it from the Gators. That's exactly what they did, and you got to have it now. You got to have it now. Mississippi State falling to A&M last night. So the Bulldogs, look, the road teams in the SEC. What happened in the other SEC matchup last night?
Baseball or basketball?
Baseball, sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, because I was going to say,
there was
in
NCAA
baseball,
Tournament and United States men's national team.
I was
locked
watching
in.
March Madness.
Oh, what did
SEC.
USMNT do?
They beat Jamaica
Yeah.
in the
Yeah, I'm
Nations
on.
League semifinal.
Okay.
Look, it was a tough
My brain
scene.
went the same
it was
way,
a tough
Alondra.
scene for the SEC in the tournament yesterday. 1-3.
Good. I have no conference pride whatsoever. I want, if I'm not at the party, I want the party to suck.
I want the
And
police
so
to
that makes
show
me
up.
happy. Yeah, I want the police to show up and arrest all of those heathens. So, yeah. I'm glad.
MIPs all over the place.
Yeah, North Texas, you're next in the NIT. Nah, I don't care.
They already beat us. So
Yeah, but
so Arkansas won, Mississippi State lost, and yeah, that's it.
who'd Arkansas play?
oh, so
Auburn.
who was the home team? No, she's talking baseball. I'm saying who
Yeah,
was the
right.
home team in the Arkansas game?
Auburn hosted that one.
Okay, so finally a road win to start the series there. Of course, Arkansas. So Auburn's now 0-4 already. God, the brutal start for Auburn continues.
Yeah.
State being brought back to earth a little bit.
I mean, it was
A&M needing the
1-0,
dub.
so not
Oh,
terrible.
Well, that hurts even worse in a lot of ways.
Agreed.
Nookie says Arkansas has allowed a single run total in 4 SEC games.
What in the hell? That's right. Wait, I thought they allowed one last weekend.
I don't know.
I think it was 0-1-0. So now they've get. But this was 0.
Yeah, and it was 1-0.
Oh God, what? Wow. Okay. That's cool. Look, Holman's coming tonight. Okay, Holman's coming tonight. Gonna reset the tone. I haven't read up much on Florida's pitcher beyond the fact that I saw that he has a 7 ERA in 22 innings pitched. Then again, I feel a little wary about talking myself into Friday basically being just go through the motions because that's exactly what we said with Sierra last week. and he did okay. And then they brought in the freshman Nolan Stevens, and he dominated you. So I don't want to get too cocky here, but it looks like you got a big advantage on the mound against Florida tonight. All right, when we get back,
I'm sitting here thinking before we do that.
Yeah.
All the times that we've sat here and we've been like, T-Bob, you need to watch this.
Yeah.
Nothing. A guy at the barbershop tells him to watch Ricky Stanicki.
That is so true.
That night.
No, then that night. It was the next night.
But you still did it.
Yeah. Look, the universe works in mysterious ways. It's like a dog being in heat. Sometimes things just have to line up, and the mood is right. And my wife was like, I should work, but I'm going to treat myself, and I don't want to work. And I was like, okay. Heard of a movie that I think sounded pretty funny. And again, we talked about the paradox of choice. She was starting to settle in and scan, and I knew we were about to be in for 18 hours of trailer nonsense. And so I took the initiative. And I said, you know what? I heard about this. It's supposed to be a good couples movie. Let's do it. I initially said, let's watch The Rock, and got shut down. So I was trying to close a pop culture gap that I have, and she did not allow me to. But then I retook control with a nice little parry and went to Ricky Stanicki. And again, ended up really enjoying it. It's really dumb, really fantastic. Are the thunder showers going to affect the game tonight?
No, the thunder showers are supposed to be done by about 10 a.m., 11, somewhere in there.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Nicholson's a lake right now.
So don't worry about the thunder showers. Also, T-Bob, I got a fun fact for you about the Oakland head coach.
Give it to me on the other side of this break, dummy.
Off the bench
radio
with Hester
tease,
and
bro.
T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria,
He's
and
about to dive
1130
into
The
that.
Tiger.
To dive into that fun fact. Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com. CommunitySteelCo.com is the website. Community Steel is the company, and they're right there in Gonzales, Louisiana. You need purlin, tubing, steel buildings, sheet metal. They make it, they manufacture it all there on site. Okay, so they go straight to the wholesaler, get the steel. They make the product there on site. No middleman jacking up the price for the consumer on the back end, meaning you get a very strong price point. And because they're local, there's actually a live human sales team that you get to know and interact with. And that way they can better serve you and your business or your personal steel needs. Look, you need steel, you want Community Steel. Bottom line. Community Steel Company.
Go see them right now in Gonzales, Louisiana. Like we tell you every single day, they're already open. They've been open for 15 minutes now. So if you want to go check it out, go to the website, top right corner of the site, click on Community Steel, show you exactly where they're located in Gonzales. You can always call them at 225-647-2020.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the GymsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the GymsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Right Radio Hours return, previewing LSU Florida, and the Lady Tiger basketball team starts dancing. We'll preview at 3 to 6. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
March Madness, March Sadness for Kentucky fans as Jack Golke pops off, beats the Wildcats, the Oakland Golden Grizzlies out of Michigan, getting it done. You have an Oakland head coach fun fact for me, Taylor Sharp.
I do. Their coach, Greg Camp, his son, former LSU walk-on linebacker Branch Camp, who was on the 2011 LSU football team.
Okay, wait, hold on. Back up. So Greg Camp is the coach?
Yes.
He's been there for
Branch
Camp 40 years, by the way.
Is his son.
At Oakland.
Oh, wow.
Who was an LSU walk-on.
Okay. Wait.
Do you remember Branch?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, 2011. He was on the team with you.
That is some small world
stuff.
stuff.
Greg Camp is his father.
If only I would have known that, I would have chose Oakland. God, screwed up, dude.
Thanks, Taylor.
Yeah, way to go. Where were you
Yeah,
yesterday?
I found this out during the game.
Thunder showers.
He has been there. The coach has been there for 40 years. Like, he's taken them from Division II to where they're at now. They've made, I think, 4 NCAA tournaments during his
Just
tenure.
like Golke from Division II to where he's at now.
And he's been in college the same number of years as Greg Camp.
Leading the NCAA in threes. So I tried looking up. I could not find an actual date of birth on Golke. I'm imagining he's like a 25-year-old super senior and that the widow's peak makes him look about 30.
30?
I feel like I read 24.
Oh, come on. He doesn't look older than 30, dude. Don't do our boy like that, bro. Come on.
Bro, I'm 38. I don't look that much older than the old fella.
That much older? He looks older than you.
Thank you, Taylor.
Taylor said he looks like Matthew Perry.
He does.
What a distasteful joke, Taylor.
It's not a joke. He looks like a Matthew Perry.
You're wrong for that. Meal says, I 100% thought Oakland was based in California, only to find out that Kentucky lost to a bunch of Midwesterners is so much funnier. That is true. It actually does make it more deeply funny that it's Oakland, Michigan, because, well, to be fair, like, major city names in the wrong state is always funny to me. Have you ever been to Paris, Texas?
Yes.
I know that's one of the more famous ones, right? They have like the tiny Eiffel Tower and everything.
Yep.
Does Little Manhattan count? Where Kansas State is, perhaps? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
a
it's
little less
Manhattan,
so. Yeah.
Kansas. I mean, absolutely. Yeah, it counts.
They got Cleveland,
Even though Manhattan's
Mississippi.
not technically like...
They have a Cleveland, Mississippi?
Yeah,
borough, not city.
Delta
True
State.
mistake.
Delta State's there?
And where, Cleveland?
Yeah, I think it's Delta State. You know what? We got the power of the internet at our fingers.
Aren't they like the Fighting Okras?
Maybe so. I'm not sure.
Delta State, Cleveland, Mississippi.
More importantly, are they the Okras?
That would be insane.
You know what else I was thinking yesterday, which is, and I think I kind of get hit with this every year, but whoever made CBS's sports music, whether it's March Madness or the SEC theme, absolutely knocked it out of the park. Now, I know the SEC theme, unfortunately, is about to become the Big Ten theme. Is that this year, right?
Yeah.
Or no? Yeah, this year, right? So that's a bit of a bummer that you'll now be watching Rutgers, Maryland with that music attached to it. But I'll be damned that if that March Madness theme doesn't hit just as nice and just as deep.
The only way you should be watching Rutgers, Maryland is if you have money on Maryland.
Hey, Rutgers improving program. Shout out. Oh, wow. What is that I'm looking at right now?
Delta State fighting Okra.
Oh,
the Delta
right.
That is
State.
crazy.
It's an angry, if you're listening on the radio, it's an angry anthropomorphic piece of okra.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you would think. He's got a Squidward nose.
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
He's got a big frown on his face, looking like
Got
he's
his
ready to
hands
fight.
on his hips.
Was he in Roadhouse?
Yeah, he was. I remember seeing him last night.
That's what Gyllenhaal's job was after he got in trouble.
He had to fight him.
Is his name Dalton in this one too?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
It was good. It was a good movie.
Wait, so what's everybody other thought? Jake, you're kind of the basketball expert on the show. You know, I'm just here for the memes and the highlights.
Yeah.
But
Love the memes.
I know you had, because I know your relationship with referees. I know you had to feel some type of way about the end of that Kansas-Sanford game, which in case you missed it, Sanford going on a run late. Clean, incredible chase down block, as clean can be.
Yeah.
The Kansas player falls over, they call a foul, and the refs kind of sticking their nose in at the most inopportune of times.
Yeah, that was a clean block. I don't really think that there was an angle that could make me believe that there was anything other than a clean block. And of course, like, it's going to be like Kansas gets the call, national champion just 2 years ago. You got little old Sanford trying to, go make a run. And Sanford, credit to them. I mean, in the first half, I was like, oh, man, I thought they had a real chance.
Yeah.
And then they found that chance in the second half, and they were coming back, just ran out of time. But a play like that, T-Bob, as you know, being somebody that's played at the highest level in college, that can sway the game one way or the other, just that one play, the momentum, because Sanford had all the momentum in the second half.
Yeah.
They were playing much better than Kansas. And so
that inbound play with like the double loop-de-loop into the 3 late was just excellent. Nookie says Hunt says it was a foul. Again,
Hunt's an idiot.
I don't know how anyone could see that and think foul. Now, help me out here, because I did not see this live. I was watching Stanicki. Did they review this and stick with the foul call?
Oh, you can't review that.
Okay, you can't review that. That's what I was wondering.
You're watching Stanicki.
Yeah, I was watching Stanicki. Again, guys, I'm not the biggest March Madness guy. I'm here for the memes. If the
Look at
group
that.
takes,
You should
I
watch
missed.
Roadhouse
There's
this
no
weekend.
part of
Yeah,
that. That's
I mean,
a
he doesn't
foul.
hit any of his hand.
No, it's a literal. It's the cleanest of clean chase down blocks.
Also-
it should have been one of those legendary
Yeah,
plays
that's a
that we
great
wake
point,
up
T.
and we're like, oh my God, did you see that last
Yeah.
night? It should be right there behind Golke. And yet, look, I mean, basketball refereeing, probably the hardest of any sport. To ref a charity basketball tournament one day, and I swear to God, I never do it again. I mean, it is awful, but you would have loved to swallow the
What was it,
whistle there.
1 point game.
17 seconds left.
God.
Oakland would have had the ball in transition with numbers
Yeah.
and all the momentum. I mean, it would have set up for your classic March Madness finish.
Shout out to Justin Timberlake's cousin for selling it.
He's been a very big disappointment this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that
Timberlake.
really his cousin?
It says Timberlake.
It's not his cousin.
Oh.
Dang, I
Look
had
at that guy.
Sanford. I picked Sanford because John Brady coached.
Well, way to go, dude. The ref screwed you.
I know.
Sanford was a good pick if you were going to pick a Cinderella. I mean, they have played well all season long. A really good offense, up tempo, super athletic. As you can see, play like that when you go chase down.
So, as the resident expert here, Jake, did anything change yesterday out of what you saw? Did you come away and you're like, okay, maybe I was doubting this team, I'm stronger. Maybe I was strong in this team and now I'm doubting them.
So,
like, I know you had no Kansas belief anyway, so that doesn't really change anything
It
there.
didn't really change anything. Izzo still Izzo in March.
I mean, apparently,
foolish
dude.
to pick against him because, my God. I'll tell you the team that I have way more belief in now, watching the way that they played, was Gonzaga.
Yep.
Because they, like, to their standard, like, they still, I think they lost 6 games this entire year, but to their standard, we're used to seeing them like 31-3.
Yeah.
And that kind of just be who they are with some big wins in the non-conference. Well, they only had one big win in non-conference, and that was against Kentucky. And look at it now, how big was that win? And so everybody was kind of down on them. And even I was like, they should have been a 7 out of 5. They get the 5 seed. They play a really good McNeese team, and they just, again, they put on a clinic. In that first half, every time they wanted an open 3, they got it.
Yeah.
And they used McNeese's athleticism against them. And so I would definitely say Gonzaga was really impressive to me. Texas fared well, more than I thought they would against Colorado State.
As someone who only watched a couple minutes of the Texas game, that is the nastiest final score I've ever seen. What is it? 58 to 46 or something?
Yeah.
I mean, bruh. What's going on there? We got to get, and then you got Sanford and Kansas putting up 90 apiece, 58 to 46. Was watching that game like pulling teeth or cleaning out your fingernails. Feels awful. But you think Texas looks strong though? I mean, I guess the defense was too.
Yeah, Texas is just talented and athletic enough to be able to make a run as the 7 seed. Although Tennessee looked great against St. Peter's, and St. Peter's, the old Peacocks. T-Bob's favorite team.
Yep.
They're not the same Peacocks that they were a couple of years ago, but still a very dominant win for them. NC State is somebody that I had them winning, but I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't respecting them because I'm like, they won 5 games in 5 days in the ACC tournament. They were a team that wasn't going to be in if they don't do that. But with DJ Burns and kind of the uniqueness of what they have, and now you're looking at a matchup against Oakland, T-Bob, in the second round. They could very easily get to a Sweet 16, and then let's say Florida does what I think they have the capability of doing, which is go take down Colorado, and let's say they take down Marquette, and then you get NC State, Florida, a 6-7 situation in the Sweet 16. I mean, they would have a nice little path there. So NC State's a team that I wasn't paying enough attention to.
Shout out to Washington State getting it done for Mike Leach. Rip. Mississippi State could not.
Texas
Tech could not. I was glad that somebody won one for the old Pirate. The Drake curse continues. Drake couldn't get it done. How about Duquesne? So Duquesne's head coach is LeBron James' high school coach, and this is his final year, right? And is that the Dukie's first ever tournament win? Do I have that correct over the Mormons?
Yes, their first tournament win since the 70s, T-Bob.
Damn.
So Dallin Cuff, who I do a lot of shows with, his dad played at Duquesne, and it's in Pittsburgh, and he was giving me the full rundown before the tournament, and I was like, wait, so they haven't won a tournament game in over 50 years. I had no idea that LeBron's high school coach was their coach as well, because I think we all remember, well, they're 16, maybe not, but we all remember watching LeBron on ESPN in high school.
Yeah. What was
St.
it?
Mary's?
St. Vincent, St. Mary.
Yeah.
St. Vincent, St. Mary's. They used to play Oak Hills Academy or whatever.
Oak Hill
They were
Academy,
the Irish.
Carmelo and them.
They were the Irish.
So I remember watching that on ESPN, but I had no idea the history of Duquesne. I remember they played Florida State in week 0 getting ready for LSU, and that's about what I knew about Duquesne outside of them being in the A-10 in basketball. But for them to go out there and beat a good BYU veteran, shocker, BYU basketball team, no, I don't know what they can do against Illinois, because Illinois is a really good team, and they pulled away from Morehead State. But
have y'all seen the old LeBron Bob Costas interview that's been making the rounds a little bit, going a little viral, got dug up again?
No.
We were really. What year was LeBron going in the NBA?
03, 04.
Yeah,
bro,
It might have been 04 because I think I watched his high school games.
It was probably the 04 draft.
Maybe.
And he was 03, 04 basketball season.
Maybe we play it later in the show. But we were really comfortable in the questions that we would ask 18-year-olds on very public stages. It had a very, how you watch some of those old Britney Spears questions. You're like, what in the hell, bro? This is wrong.
Yeah.
Watching Costas grill LeBron for 2 minutes straight about not having a father, despite the fact that he keeps being like, look, no, I got my mom. She's the best. She's both. It is wild what we accepted as acceptable culturally back then when it came to interviewing these young people.
He was drafted in 03.
Yeah. So this would have been 2003. Not that long ago, but it feels really wild when you watch it. Actually, that is that long ago. It's 20 years ago. Damn it. Anyway, okay, I want to talk a little bit about Kentucky, and then we can move on. March Madness Day 2, we get into some previews, and still obviously LSU Florida coming up this weekend, a national championship rematch. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Central Plumbing. You need to get your pipes fixed? Well, Central Plumbing's there for you. Okay? They've been doing it for 50 years. So you're not going to be able to hit them with a problem they don't know how to solve. Red house, blue house, old house, new house. It doesn't matter. They got you. Okay? But it's not just repairs, so they do have 24/7 emergency service, flat rate pricing, and, of course, everybody's licensed, bond insured. They send you information ahead of time about who's coming into your home. But, Jake, what if it wanted like a remodel or like a tankless water heater?
Well, if you wanted a remodel, T-Bob, at your home or your business, you'd call Central Plumbing because they would be able to handle whatever job, doesn't matter the size. If you own a business downtown and you've got 10 restrooms in there, ain't no problem. They can come in and they can give you whatever you need. Also, if you want to go tankless, like T-Bob mentioned, never run out of hot water ever again, well, they're also the person to call. 225-925-8552 and always online at centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Bayou Ford has $7,500 off MSRP on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks. $7,500 off plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few.
New York City, you are now rapping. With 50 Cent. You gotta love it. I just wanna chillin', catch stunts in my 740.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yeah, welcome back, OTB. Roll right along here on this Friday. Got some champagne shenanigans coming up.
What a bop.
LSU women hosting Rice today in the first round of the NCAA Tournament. Last tier POA, good to go, right? By all reports. Not expected to have any troubles here in round number one, right? Go out there, take care of business, and then...
Do you remember 2 years ago, Jackson State opening round?
I do not actually. I remember dropping in the second round 2 years ago.
Ohio State,
wire.
But it was to the wire. Were you a 3 that year too?
You were.
Yeah, you've been a 3 every year.
Yeah,
you've been a 3 every year so far in the Kim
last
Mulkey
year.
era.
Like last year, that was egregious being a 3. So like this year, kind of expected because haters. But last year, like that was egregious.
As far as the eye can see.
What didn't they just lose? They lost to South Carolina in the regular season, and there was one more loss for LSU. They only had 2, I believe.
Yeah, wasn't it like just like that, like the
was
SEC
the
tournament or something?
Tennessee in the SEC tournament?
Yeah, like that's crazy.
What are we doing here?
But I don't care what we're doing because you know who won the Natty? LSU. But like the group of death, all I'm saying is, so it got sketchy 2 years ago. And there is an element of this LSU women's team where, Rabelais written about this. When they're on, they're strong. And when they're hitting, like they cannot, we've seen with South Carolina, they compete with anybody, right? But they are maybe a bit more glass cannony, maybe a bit more fragile than they've been in the past, where it feels like an upset can kind of be lurking around the corner. So the game with Rice, not devoid of intrigue, but you should absolutely just go take care of business.
I agree with you there. And if you get up and you have the opportunity to maybe rest some players that have been nicked up, if you have a chance to get some of that bench that hasn't got a lot of time out there, like you absolutely do it. Now you got to go out there, you got to win the game, you got to get to a lead, stuff like that. But that would be good for LSU to get in there, get some momentum with their starters, and then be able to back off. And so hopefully they can get a lead early where they have the ability to do so.
HA in the chat says Louisiana show and still no mention of a possible major blow to a star player on the Pels unless I missed it. I gotta be honest, man.
Yep.
I missed last night's game. What's the latest?
He
BI?
left the court with a knee injury.
Holding his knee. Yeah.
Did not return. Played 21 minutes. He was having a good game, but didn't look great.
I forgot. Couple of 5 seeds, chopping it up on the road against a Magic team that's hot. So you end up having your win streak. I mean, look, the Magic now winners of 5 in a row. Okay, well, I will look. I'm going to look into that. HJ, that's on me. Bad overlook by your boy. Again, a little overwhelmed with all the sports in the air right now, but we will come back and take on that.
Hey, good thing is, who said this? Who told you?
HJ.
Yeah, we have 2 hours and 15 minutes left in the show.
Yep, that's right. We got plenty of time. Although, yeah. How about Kentucky? They lose yesterday. It's hilarious. Kentucky Sports Radio, Nick Roush from KSR. I've been here. I know this feeling. He says, mad isn't the right emotion. I'm filled with an overwhelming sadness. A man who gave me so much joy has let me down in the most unfathomable way possible. And of course, he's talking about John Calipari, right? As that relationship has been deteriorating for years now.
Yep.
The one and done style of Calipari. I don't know if it's NIL leading to more experienced senior laden teams. I don't know what exactly. I don't know the sport well enough, Jake, to point out the dynamics. But the one and done style that for a time seemed like the meta, right? Like ahead of the curve, the way to do things. And John Calipari used it to great success. Multiple Final Fours, national championship. But it appears to be losing steam in a major way, even to the point where afterwards he said, like, he kind of mulled over, maybe I need a change. Maybe I need to get away from such young teams. But he basically said, but I don't know if I can. I've only ever done it this way.
Well, he actually tried to do it the other way 2 years ago. He tried to bring in a bunch of transfers. He tried to bring in some veteran guys, and it didn't work that way either. So it's not the only way that he's done it. Now, he hasn't done the other way for long. I think it was 1, maybe 2 years where he's like, I'm going to bring in some older guys, some transfers, and it didn't work out. Kentucky in the last 4 tournaments is 1-4.
Yeah.
So they've only won 1 game in the last 4 tournaments they've been in. So it hasn't worked either way. And so, like, he might be trying to use that as something like, I can do it another way. No, I promise. Like, I can get some more veteran guys in here. Man, you did that 2 years ago, and it didn't really work out.
Well, that's what's funny to me,
like
though.
Sheboy and that team.
And then Severe Wheeler, he brought him in. That was when they had the exodus of Georgia. Remember, Ty Fagan went to Ole Miss. Severe Wheeler comes to Kentucky. Yeah, that didn't work either.
Sheboy came up from West Virginia.
Yeah.
But and to me, why he's starting to feel like someone who's maybe just done is he entertained that idea, but then again he closed it with, but I don't know if I can, right? I've only done like he just seemed very defeated.
I would say a
$33 million buyout for Calipari, which
look,
in the Jimbo Fisher era, not that crazy.
Say buyouts don't mean nothing anymore after Jimbo got paid $75 million to go away. I mean, I think you need veteran players until it changes, and things always change.
Golke!
But you need veteran players, T, because you have some of these basketball teams that have 24, 25-year-olds on their team that are the best player on that team. And so you're going against 18, 19-year-old, guys at Kentucky. Well, who's going to win out? It's going to be the guy that has 4 or 5 more years of experience under his belt. And we're seeing that. Like, we're seeing that with some of the really, the better teams. UNC, North Carolina, a 1 seed. Armando Bacot has been in school for 6 years, 5 years, 5 or 6 years, whatever it is.
RJ Davis. I mean, he's
they have both
well.
been there. Like, they both played in that national championship game a couple years ago for North Carolina. So even the Blue Bloods, Duke has some as well. They've got older guys. They got guys that have been here 5, 6 years,
and guys that came up in their program. You're saying not just upperclassmen transfers.
Yeah, guys that were molded in Chapel Hill and were just the same recruits that the Kentucky guys are, but because of COVID and because their NBA draft stock isn't that high, and because now they can make money in the NIL space, well, they don't jump to the draft because they're not NBA guys, but they're really good basketball players at the collegiate level. So, who you got? Purdue, Zach Edey. It's an old guy in college basketball, the best player in the country. He's not 18 years old. He's not 19 years old. And so that way right now, currently with the system, it's not going to work.
Well, and it's funny, for all the one-and-done panic, look at how the sport's evolved, right? It's evolved right back to upperclassmen being the meta, and now they can actually be incentivized to stay because they can make money and not have to go try to play in a professional league somewhere. Like, they can benefit off of their talents. All right, when we get back, look, we'll probably float in and out of March Madness all day long. I'm going to explore this BI situation in the break and maybe give you a hot-baked take on the other side. So keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coming warm like a glazed donut. Coming warm right out of the take and bake oven, boys. You want to go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge? All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Look, the website's a great resource, y'all, for looking at the selection, seeing the great deals and promotions they have going on at all times. It's a great, you can actually order your vehicle, custom order at All-Star Toyota Express. But look, I love the people over at All-Star, right? And like a lot of the businesses we advertise for, I believe it is the people that make the difference. So I'd encourage you to go off of Airline in Goodwood. It's conveniently located. And if you're not in the market for a new vehicle, but you need a great body shop, service center, All-Star Toyota is there for you. All makes and models welcome. Mention OTB, get $100 towards that deductible. They got rental car shuttle service right there on site. All-Star Toyota.
If you're not in the market for a new vehicle, but you're in the market for a rental, you can also do that over at All-Star. Call Miss Lisa Sessions in the rental department today. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the gymsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the gymsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off the new 23 Ram 1500 SCA truck. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $22,500 off the new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart...
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Okay, so, my God. Damn it! I saw the Brandon Ingram video. I am not a doctor. That looks bad. That looks bad. Non-contact. It is that exact bending of the knee motion that tends to speak to ligament damage. I would love to sit here and think. I would love to sit here and think that there's a way that's only like a hyperextended knee or something, Jake, but I've been there, a non-contact knee that bent in that exact way, and it was a torn ACL, and I remember laying on the ground in the exact same manner. Now, I do remember being able to jog off, but then immediately it swole up to the point where I was on crutches later that night. And Brandon Ingram laying on the ground, having to be helped off of the floor, and the man, I don't even want to see it again. It's so disappointing. It just sucks. It sucks on every level. When you're a Pelicans fan, trying to avoid injuries, it feels like you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? And here you were, it was becoming just consistent enough, just good enough where you allowed yourself to hope. But it's like Amer told Aragorn and his compadres in the fields of Rohan, right? Do not trust to hope. It is forsaken in these lands. So we should have known that something like this was coming. That said, what is going to be put to the test are a couple of things. We've been saying that the depth of the Pelicans makes them more injury resistant than a lot of teams in the NBA. You know, granted, I was thinking maybe a secondary player getting injured, right? Because you can't replace an all-star getting injured. But Zion is playing the best basketball of his career right now. And CJ's going to have to step up. And Trey Murphy now is kind of been trending in a direction, Jake, where he would feel like the guy to have to mainly make up for Brandon Ingram's absence going forward. So it is not a death blow. It feels like it puts a cap on your playoff potential, certainly.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is, man. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep moving. No play-in. That's still the goal. no playing. And then in the playoffs, now it kind of feels a little suckier, but let the chips fall where they may.
A couple of players that are going to have to step up. You mentioned a couple of them. Trey Murphy is going to have to be the main person that steps up and takes that role. He's more of a 3 than he is a 2, but now you're going to have a starting lineup that's probably going to feature him in that role. You'll have Zion, you'll have Herb, you'll have Trey Murphy, Valanciunas, and CJ there in the starting lineup. And then, as you know, T-Bob, it's like Najee Marshall has to become a better guy off the bench, like a bigger impact guy off the bench. And Jose has to step up a little bit because maybe he comes in now and maybe CJ goes to the 2 when Jose comes in as the point guard. So everybody's role is going to change, not drastically, but it will change a little bit to try to find ways to make up for BI if he is in fact out for as long as it looks like he's going to be out.
Yeah, I would love to be wrong. Again, not a doctor, guys, not a doctor. And so, the world works in mysterious ways. Maybe it's not a big deal. It certainly looked like a big deal, and that's an uber disappointment. But that's sports.
Yep. Hawkins has to step up as well too.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's Trey Murphy.
It's definitely Trey Murphy.
That
is the one.
That is the one.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, hour 2 coming up next. That sucks.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. RejuveMeMedical.com. You want to treat the untreated effects of aging. Rejuve Medical is there for you. If it's mood and memory problems, facial aging, andropause, menopause, just a lack of energy rolling out of bed or rolling into bed, a lack of confidence rolling into bed. I don't give your male, female, 20, 30, 40, 50, okay? Rejuve can help you. You do upkeep on your car, your home, your computers, all that. Why not on your body? Maybe it's HRT. Maybe it's semaglutide. Maybe it's B vitamin shots. Maybe it's something else. The point is they're going to customize a plan for you. So get that free consultation today. Baton Rouge, Metairie, Slidell, Shreveport, Rejuve Medical.
Yeah, like T-Bob just mentioned, there's locations throughout the state of Louisiana. In fact, there's now one coming soon to Monroe, Louisiana. So they've got the entire state covered. No reason not to get that consultation set up and do it at the website, RejuveMeMedical.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Friday, March 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, expect rainy skies with a high of 72. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll talk some New Orleans Saints, continue our Pelicans talk, and we'll be joined by LSU gymnastics coach Jay Clark. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let me go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Still processing the BI news from last night. Well, the news is that there is no official news yet, but seeing what happened against the Magic, the way that his knee buckled, does not look great. But it's okay. It's okay. Again, we will deal with things as they come. This team has become, like, it sucks because, like we said, right, one of the strengths of this team was you had so many, like, frontline options of, okay, if Zion doesn't have that night, he doesn't, like, okay, but it was a BI night. So you lose one of those main options. But I still feel like Zion here during the rise has been the main factor, right? And it's not to say the BI is replaceable, but I feel way better, Jake, about it with the way that Trey Murphy's played as of late than how Trey Murphy was when he was coming off of his own meniscus injury earlier in the year when he shooting about 35%. Like, he's been damn near shooting 50, and now his rise in play coincides with now what's going to be a much larger helping of what he's going to be asked to do here. But it's still, everything has to run through Zion still these days. Mr. Big says Pelicans felt like they really had depth. Well, I mean, come on, bro. That's just disingenuous. Nobody can lose an all-star and not feel the effects. Like, there is no team in the NBA that can lose an all-star and not feel the effects.
Yeah, it's not to say that they can't be a team that still goes into the postseason, doesn't have to play in the play-in game. They still can go and be a team that finishes 4th or 5th. I think that is certainly a possibility with who they have left and what they've done with this roster. But we're talking about the run that we thought they were capable of making. Maybe those expectations change if you're without a BI. Because like T-Bob just said, he is an all-star. He's not a good player. He's a great player.
Yeah.
And he's somebody that you're counting on to take over postseason basketball games. And
we've seen it.
Yeah, we have. And if you don't have that guy, then everybody's role does change a little bit. I still think they can win a lot of games, and I still think that they can be highly competitive, but it's just going to look different, and the ceiling is not as high right now.
Mitch Big says, with the way Trey was playing, come on, you had massive depth to compete with almost an East-West team. Okay, yeah, okay, Mr. Big, I think we're misunderstanding each other. What I'm saying is the Pelicans did have massive depth. That's what we said has been one of the great advantages of this team all year long, and so in losing BI, your depth softens the blow, but again, it is a situation where it's not like it's just going to be a 1-to-1 replacement. It lowers your ceiling. It feels like it caps your playoff potential, and it's especially frustrating because 2 years ago, when you went on the nice run through the play-in and you were frisky against the Suns, that was BI led. That was BI taking over at the end of the season. But guess who wasn't there? Zion. It's like, when is it going to be our time? When can the Pelicans get both of their frontline superstars available for a playoff run? Time will tell.
This is our fault. We were so excited.
And look, I'm still excited.
I know.
I want to be
but
clear.
I'm
still excited.
Like, we were hyping it up.
Well, you just thought maybe
and everything
we were
was
finally going to
going
be healthy.
so well. And then we should have known. We should have been Ricky Bobby's dad and known that we were all getting a little too comfortable at the Applebee's, and we maybe should have taken a different look at it.
Mr. Big says, Trey keeps playing like he is. It's still a 5-6 seed. It's frustrating for sure because add BI into that and you're talking a playoff run. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah, so we're actually on the same page, Big. We're saying the same things. Emil says you can't replace BI, but I feel like Zion has found his moment. I think that's well said also.
So I know Daniels had a meniscus, if I'm not mistaken. Now, NBA meniscus is different than NFL meniscus. Trey Murphy was out a long time, and this is like 6 to 8 weeks. In football, it's like 5 to 10 days sometimes.
Yeah.
I've seen guys. I played in a Sugar Bowl 7 days after a meniscus surgery. Like it's different movements. So I'm not saying toughness. This isn't a toughness deal. I'm just saying it's different movements. But if you could get Daniels back, and I think somebody pointed that out in the chat. I want to give them credit. It was Caleb.
Yeah.
That helps you because then again, it changes maybe the role of somebody, because the thing that you're going to miss the most with BI is what? His ability to score.
Yeah.
Right. So if you get Daniels back, who you know is a dog on defense, like maybe that takes some of the workload off of a Trey and he can become the ultimate offensive player, like whatever that is. Like you need everybody back if you're going to be without BI.
Well, Daniels is just another uber long, uber athletic, great defender. He's okay from three. Like the Pelicans feel so long between Herb Jones, BI, Trey, Dyson Daniels. They're all just these positionless Slim Reaper sort of monsters. Now you lose one of those guys, so if you get Daniels back, it's not the same, but it certainly helps. Noogie says Lucy tossing the football up and down her hand with a subtle smirk. Get the hell out of here, Nook. We don't need that energy today. It's not the case. Okay, we still kicking that football. And I ain't gonna hear your crap today. Not when everybody's down. You don't kick a man when he's down, especially not BIs, and good things for this team.
So Dyson Daniels, real quick, sorry T-Buff, because I'll forget. Dyson Daniels did have some 3-on-3 activity last week.
Okay.
And so he's actually getting closer to returning to 5-on-5. And so he will be what seems like available for any postseason run.
Meal, any hope this is just a hyperextension with BI? I mean, look, to be fair, that is possible, right? I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm just going off of seeing a video. I guess I'm just going to the panic thing because it definitely feels like a prepare for the worst. And then mentally, if you get good news, that's just going to make you very happy, right? Again, what did Aamir say? Do not trust a hope. It is forsaken in these lands. Of course, you remember that, Taylor, having watched Two Towers recently. I'm not going to hope for the best. I'm going to mentally steel myself for the worst, and then I'll just be very pleasantly surprised if you end up getting some good news in that regard. Guys, so a massive weekend coming up. LSU gymnastics in the SEC championship on Saturday. LSU softball on the road against Mizzou. LSU baseball at home against Florida. March Madness going on throughout the weekend in both the men's and women's variety. PMAC's going to be popping. What are we looking forward to most this weekend, guys?
I mean, chalk. LSU Florida are playing in anything.
Yeah.
It's going to be probably where my attention is at. I mean, March Madness for sure, but LSU Florida are playing in something.
March Madness is something that can just kind of go on in the background as much as you want. And the women's game's at 3, so you can watch the LSU women and then be ready in time for LSU Florida as well.
Yeah. So during my football camp this weekend, I'm going to have to make sure that I'm not eye-hustling all the great sports that we are. I got to mold young minds in this football camp.
Yep. Teach them low man wins, good footwork, quick feet, shoot your hands, power from the hips. All that good stuff.
And don't swing your arms across your body when you run, because that is Coach Hester's pet peeve.
No, straight, right? What do we go? We go chin to hip. Is that where you see it?
Lip to hip.
90 degree.
I go lip to hip.
Okay, lip. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Lip to hip. Lip to hip, 90 degrees. Pump him.
Hey, and relax your face.
Yeah. I was running on the treadmill this morning. Shout out Evolve, getting some endorphins in my system before the show, and yeah, that's the just stared at the mirror, as loose lipped as possible, just flapping around. So tonight on the mound, you got Luke Holman against Cade Fisher, lefty, and again, I'm a little So I don't. Can this be right? I'm seeing Cade Fisher with a 37-5 strikeout to walk number in 22 innings pitched, but with an 8 ERA, but a 2-1 record. But I mean, this might require some further research. One thing that I do love about LSU and Florida squaring up is you are talking about two teams that have consistently battled, or at least a lot of times have met on the biggest of stages. Now, this is actually Florida's first trip to Baton Rouge since 2019, right? But if you look back in the 90s, LSU beat Florida en route to winning national championships, both 91 and 96. Of course, in 2017, Florida stopped Paul Maneri and that LSU team from getting a second one for Maneri. And then last year, in a wonderful 3-game series that was just, you were up, you were down, and then you just smashed game number 3. You ended up taking a national championship back from them. So there's more than just, I know that for Coach Jay Johnson, like he said yesterday, he doesn't view it that way. It's just two individual teams doing regular season battle. But for the fans and us out here, it feels like there's a lot more on the line than just regular season standings or bragging rights. Like you've had some real high leverage battles with this Gator team, and you've suffered pain and you felt elation and joy, and you need to at least go 2-1 and win this series and maintain 3-3 heading into weekend 3.
It is wild. I mean, you go 2-1, T-Bob, and you're feeling really good about where you're at compared to what you felt like last week watching you drop 2 of 3. Like, you don't have to sweep. Like, you win 2 of 3 against a Florida team that has been up and down. They've been streaky as well, but still, it changes everything. It hits a reset for me. Like, you hit reset, you're back even in the SEC, and you've still got all these series ahead of you, and you trust Jay Johnson fully moving forward. So if you and tonight feels like the one you have to get. Yeah, you got to get tonight because you feel like you have the advantage on the mound. You got to go get tonight because then it sets up for a pitching matchup that's not going to favor you as much as this one's going to.
Also, you want to see a Holman who, again, like you pointed out plenty, Jake, Holman wasn't like awful by any stretch. It's just that he was unhittable in the preseason, and then he was giving up little dinks and dunks last weekend.
He had 9 singles in the 10 hits he gave up.
Yeah, so you do want to see, okay, can Holman come out here, shut down a good Gators lineup, and really feel and reinforce some of that Friday night ace belief that we have in him. Mac Lindsay, y'all need to show the video of Trey dunking on Fultz. All right, we can do that. Markel Fultz, there's a name I have not thought about in a long time.
The Magic's roster is intriguing.
I looked it up before the game yesterday to be like, see who was on it, and I didn't recognize. Is like Paolo Banchero, I think their leading scorer.
You remember Jalen Suggs from Gonzaga. He hit the half-court shot to beat UCLA.
Yeah, I remember Jalen Suggs. But outside of that, not a lot of name recognition for your boy in the Orlando Magic.
Didn't you grow up a Magic fan?
Yeah, I mean, Shaq was there, bro.
I didn't say there was nothing.
And my little brother was obsessed with Penny Hardaway. We were like our own little Shaq and Penny combo on the neighborhood rec center court.
Yeah.
Just a big chubby guy banging down low and him just knocking threes down from the outside. Penny Hardaway, if not for injury, I mean, I don't think y'all understand, teenagers, how cool Penny was back in the day. The Penny commercials with a little puppet.
The shoes were fantastic.
What's that weird little monster that Penny morphed into? Was that for a cereal ad or was that for a shoe ad? I can't remember. I don't know. I just had that poster in my room forever. Shout out Penny. What's Penny doing nowadays?
Coaching in Memphis.
He is still?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Shout out Anthony. Is this the dunk? You want to do the dunk before we go to break? It's loading now. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go to break. When we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, old Danny Cardenas showing up in the chat. Look at that. Sliding in with just a little understated sup.
Hey, Gordon. Your texting ways don't work on us, Danny.
Yeah, exactly. That's classic. Uh-oh.
Classic Danny.
L-Tri versus USMNT.
That's the only reason he's in here.
We'll get into it. Get Gordon. Get it done. Okay, get somebody who's going to fight for you. Stand up to the big insurance companies. You get into an accident. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorney is going to get you right. They're going to get you what you deserve. They've been doing it for decades, y'all. Follow Gordon on social media at @GetGordon. Ton of great content there, whether it's learning how to protect yourself after an accident, just some general life advice, or sit-downs, interviews, eating sessions with your favorite athletes on the G team. Get Gordon, get it done today.
You can go to the website to find out what they can do for you in the courtroom, past client results, cases they can handle for you. You can go to social media at @GetGordon is always going to be the handle. Your area code as well in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has $7,500 off MSRP on new 23 Ford F-150 XLT trucks. $7,500 off plus 1.9% financing for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail.
I don't know what you heard about me.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What you heard about me. Put up, can't get a dollar out of me. No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see. Then I'm up. Now shorty, she in the club, she dancing for dollars. She got a thing for that.
So is today a 50 day? 50?
We have some Outcasts as well.
That's right. That's right. We just go in like our high school tracks.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like it though. It's a good,
I love
good
it.
vibe.
A great vibes. Great
Good
Friday
vibe.
vibes.
Shout
here in
out
studio.
to the Fitty. He bought a movie studio in the Port City.
Work out.
Whenever, all the movies were being filmed here in Louisiana, Shreveport built, I think 2, but one massive studio for all these movies. And then when it dried up, it was kind of just sitting there, and 50 Cent went in, and I believe he purchased it. So
Shout out 50, dude.
Going to produce stuff there in the Port City.
I mean, that man said, get rich or die trying. Got shot 9 times, and then got super rich. I mean, so he did it. He did it. I mean, didn't he make like hundreds of millions off the vitamin water sale, I think?
Yeah.
You're going to talk the talk.
Yeah,
Gotta walk the walk.
exactly,
No doubt,
bro.
no doubt.
That's a real one.
Look, I don't even like vitamin water like that, but Go on, Fitty.
Wait, like the actual vitamin water? That's 50 cents?
It was.
Yeah. He was
I think he was an early investor.
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I love the kiwi strawberry.
I hadn't had a
vitamin
vitamin water in
That's Kiwi Fitty?
a long time.
The lemonade one's good.
I only drink My High. DrinkMyHigh.com.
DrinkMyHigh.com. Yeah, hit up My High, dude. None of this other hydration crap.
True.
Okay, so reading up more on this Florida team, I did not quite realize, y'all, just how sketchy the pitching is overall. I also didn't realize Florida's 12-8 overall.
That's what I was saying.
I knew they had dropped midweek games, right? But they, you start 2-1 in the SEC, and that erases a lot of bad. But this is a Florida staff, and let's be clear, Florida at the plate, incredible. You know about Caglione. He's batting .414. He's got 9 home runs. Colby Shelton's .329, 10 home runs. You got Ty Evans batting .360. And then you got Tyler Shelnut batting .330, but he went 6 for 11, 3 doubles, 2 home runs last weekend. Okay, so Holman, Jump, terrified for Hurd. Just this whole staff that kind of got shelled by Mississippi State. It's going to be way tougher this week from a quality bat standpoint. That said, the big conundrum here, in my opinion, Jake, are what are these LSU bats going to do? Because certainly last weekend, that was a Mississippi State team that was improved on the mound, but not supposed to be overwhelming. I mean, I don't know. I guess actually 6th best strikeout to walk ratio in the country. Like they did have some really good pitching numbers. And they held LSU to 250 last weekend. You have a Florida team right now with a team ERA of 5.72. So they have not been good. They have major questions on the mound. Their Friday starter, Cade Fisher, like I said, hasn't exactly dominated the Friday role. A 7.94 ERA confirmed. Their Saturday freshman starter, Liam Peterson, 7.50. It feels like you have to take advantage of these guys.
I don't think there's any question about it. And tonight, like I kind of was saying last segment, has to be the night that you feel the best about.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got a guy that is proven in the SEC going against somebody that has not had a lot of success. And once you get to Sunday, like that's a toss-up.
Yeah.
Sunday is going to be a toss-up because they're going to have one of their best arms, if not their best arm. And then, Thatcher Hurd has been inconsistent. And some of those pitches last week that he got hit over the fence and got shelled on, they were not bad pitches, but still, for whatever reason, he's not been as dominant as we thought he would be. Remember, like he was the opening Friday night starter on this team. Opening game, he was the guy, and quickly is on Sundays already.
Yeah.
So Sundays right now a little bit tough. That's why Friday and Saturday, and of course it's like every single year, but Florida set up with the way that they have their staff, their best arms probably going to go on Sunday.
Yeah, their nastiest stuff is coming out of Caglione. So that's like, if you feel like you have a big advantage on Friday, they feel like they have a big advantage on Sunday. Also for Hurd, it's just a shockingly similar rhythm to last year's season for him.
Yeah.
Where started with a lot of belief about what he could be or should be or would be, and then it fell off. Now, what the craziest part about last year is it fell off to the point where we wrote him off. Was not going to be a factor, was not going to be, in any high leverage moments come through for you. Jay Johnson never felt that way. He continued to keep the belief. Hurd did end up becoming just that, a key part of a national championship run. So maybe makes you feel a little bit better about whatever struggles he's going through, because we've quite literally seen this before just last season. But Sunday could be huge for his confidence if he could go out there and put up a good performance against this Florida lineup. That makes you feel like you could do it against anybody.
Yeah, and so like if we're doing a deeper dive into the pitching, like Cade Fisher, as you mentioned, he's somebody that has a high ERA, but like last week, weird stat line against A&M. He pitches 6 innings, gives up 6 hits, gives up 6 earned runs. But he also strikes out 10.
I'm about to say, yeah, because, again, his strikeout numbers are crazy. He's a very all-or-nothing pitcher.
Only one walk, so it wasn't like a ton of free passes. So this is somebody that you got to have smart at-bats against, because it feels like he is going to give you a pitch to hit, but if you chase, then his strikeout numbers are certainly up there. So I'd like to see also, like if we're talking about just pitching matchups, I'd like to see Gage Jump come out and dominate on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like last Saturday was indicative of how he pitched. I thought he had some tough luck on some of the things that he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up having the 3 walks and led to some trouble. But again, I said it all week. I still think he had some great movement on his pitches. I'd love to see him come out dominate Florida, because if he gets confidence, Gage Jump can be a top arm in the SEC, not just for LSU. And so I'd like to, like, of the pitchers that we're watching this weekend, Gage Jump might be the one, because, and I'm not throwing shade at Thatcher Hurd, but that's just such a question mark right now, where I think Gage Jump just had one bad outing where it didn't go quite his way, and he can come back, he can dominate. And if you dominate a good Florida team, I'd love to see where he can go with the ultimate confidence.
Oh, man. I agree on all counts on Jump and how, as it relates to Hurd. We're watching highlights here in the studio, Jake. I did not realize the USMNT had an own goal off a deflected corner in the 95th.
His last kick of the
to tie it
of regular time.
Yes, and then came back and put 2 in OT to end up winning 3-1 and advancing to face El Tri, which things change. It's the old ship of Theseus thing, Jake. The planks in the boat change. Is it still the same boat? Well, here on OTB, we lose one Mexico fan and we gain another. As I asked Alondra during the break, she said she doesn't really mess with soccer that much, but push comes to shove, she's cheering for Mexico over the U.S. So all Mexico crap talking still in play here in studio.
I can get into it if you want me to, so we can have like a little competition up in here.
We did a very fun watch party one time, and it was just, I felt bad for Danny because it was just a bar full of people just yelling at him and berating him. And some guys taking it to like a borderline racist area, which was not the best, but yeah, just really attacking him for liking Mexico.
I can get like an Ochoa jersey. I don't know if he still plays for Mexico or not, but
I feel like Chicharito's always somewhere around the fringes.
So I used to watch when he played.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does he still play with them?
No,
I don't think
he's
so
not
anymore.
the senior team right now.
Yeah.
No, he's kind of aged out.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think
Chicharito's one of those guys that looks so young though that I can never accept that he's old.
Yeah.
So, like, that rivalry never really, like, I knew it was a rival, obviously, but I didn't, know how far it would go. And I think me and my brother went to Houston. It was for a Gold Cup game, and the national anthem's playing, right? And so everybody's standing up, whatever there. And I got this Mexico fan just booing the national anthem.
I wouldn't take that far.
I'm talking about booing. And then, like, right afterwards, I hear him say something, and obviously speaks like English, all right, great English. I'm like, hey, where are you from? He's like, Tyler, Texas. I'm like,
hell yeah.
I was like, hold up.
Hell
You're just booing the national anthem. The hell's going on here?
Is booing another country's anthem wrong?
I would say so.
Right?
I mean, I
don't know.
Wait, where was
as
this at?
somebody who's Tex-Mex like that guy.
Yeah.
Texas for the Gold Cup, probably like 20.
He did this on the home front. Jake, you got to throw hands, dude. That's a bar fight right there.
Or something.
Like
that.
as someone who's a Texican like him,
Yep.
I wouldn't
Texican, I've never heard that before.
I wouldn't boo the national anthem. Okay, I don't know.
But is it not all's fair in love and war? Like all's fair in takes and sports?
Yeah,
I don't
guess.
know.
I guess I don't really care enough to have a take on that, but I wouldn't personally boo the national anthem because at the end of the day, I'm still an American.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude from Tyler, Texas.
Yeah, like you're from Tyler, Texas.
But is he booing the national anthem or is he booing the team that it's being played for?
Well,
right?
Doesn't matter.
He's just trying to get the vibes up.
Doesn't
So
matter.
what if Jake started booing during the Mexican national anthem?
Which I wouldn't do.
I feel like I wouldn't do it either, to be fair.
Exactly.
I'm trying
So
to play
what's the double standard here?
devil's advocate. No. I'm not saying I would boo. I'm just trying to decide if I think it's wrong to boo.
Yeah.
Just because I wouldn't doesn't mean, like, there's things that I do that I don't think are wrong if somebody else does them.
Well, that's the thing. You were like, would I ever do it? I've never thought about doing it. Most of the national anthems, they're in another language. I don't know what they're saying. I'm not even paying attention when the other team's playing their national anthem.
I think booing Canada would be deeply funny during Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem nice enough where maybe they could take the joke. But outside of booing Canada, I don't know if I would boo many national anthems.
What is it? South Park blame Canada?
Yeah. South Park has endless good Canadian jokes. Every Canadian on the show has the bisected, disconnected head. Terrence and Phillip. It's great. I say it's tradition. All right. Oh, what's the latest on Princess Kate? She's good, right?
Oh, so
she's good to go.
She's alive.
Well, There's a video out of her walking around.
Yeah, shopping.
But it's extremely blurry.
It's not that blurry.
It's pretty blurry.
What?
Yeah.
Not the video I saw.
There's a lot of people that don't believe it's her. I need like a non-blurry photo.
Okay, you know what? Actually,
Kate.
let's put a pin in this because Rivers is coming in today for Champagne Shenanigans, and she too has been following the story very closely. So I think that's a good opportunity for a couple of experts here to chop it up. As OTB, we like to keep our eyes and feelers in all things, and we may have missed the BI injury in real time, but we do have multiple correspondents working on the Princess Kate story at all times.
Hold on, Taylor and I, we saw the BI.
Yeah.
We saw it. We were just leading with March Madness.
Yeah,
for sure, boys. I mean, it could have been in the doc. I didn't see anything in the doc about BI.
I don't put anything in there.
Well,
my
doc was at like
you've
6:45 this morning.
Put something in the doc before.
My doc is right here,
You're going
baby.
through streaks where you go, no. Y'all ain't gonna play. Y'all are not gonna play this game about me not seeing the doc till 6:45. I literally text you at 4:30 this morning.
You're right.
And
I
said,
responded.
load up. I know. But I knew you weren't gonna put anything in there. But I texted y'all at 4:30 this morning to load your topics up and be ready to dump them in.
I have them in my own personal
I'm in T-Bob's corner.
Yes.
I'm in T-Bob's corner here. He did.
He did say that.
I laid the groundwork here. I let everybody know the score before it happened.
You did.
Ricky Stanicki kind of took away from my work last night.
Are you going to watch Roadhouse?
You look like somebody that would be named Ricky Stanicki. Like you really do. Does he not?
I do.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely do look like a Ricky Stanicki right now.
You 100% look like Ricky Stanicki.
God, John Cena's so funny, dude.
You could absolutely pull off that. Like what happened in that movie? Well,
don't spoil it. But yes, I know it. Yeah, I
100%.
I see what you're saying. That's God. Whatever. We'll wait for the Ricky Stanicki spoilers here in a few weeks.
Right.
Hey, look, if you want to ignite your career here in OTB, we're super pumped to be partnered with the largest instrumentation electrical contractor in the entire nation, y'all. I'm talking about the MMR Group. They're headquartered right here in Baton Rouge. They got offices all around the globe. They got projects all around the globe with some of the biggest companies out there. And if outstanding benefits and a dynamic culture sounds attractive to you, they want to hear from you, man. And if you're a student seeking internship, they can lay out the exact pathways, how you can explore the programs you can take while you're at school to help set you up for that long-term success. But it's not just students. If you are a seasoned pro, maybe looking to explore, look, I have all this experience. What can they offer me versus where I'm at right now? Or if you're just starting out your career, please go check out what the MMR Group can offer you. Apply now, mmrgrp.com, mmrgrp.com. It is truly incredible, the size and breadth of this company, what they do all around the world. And you're going to go on adventures all around the world, All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the gymsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the gymsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off the new 23 Ram 1500 SCA truck. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $22,500 off the new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck. your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
If you're looking for a way to save money and energy in your home or business, Platinum Window Tint is here to help. Window tinting can reduce heat and glare, protect your furniture and flooring from fading, and even qualify you for a tax credit. Visit them online at PlatinumWindowTintLLC.com.
Cut through the static and listen to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge in high definition. Simply tune to 98.1 and select HD2.
You've heard about it, we've got it. Semaglutide, RejuveMeMedical.com.
Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Early Slim Shady feels so chaotic. Just real Joker energy.
It hypes me up in the gym. It makes me want to be in my villain
It's
era.
just so crazy, dude. Eminem has never got me.
I'm like,
pumped,
be
man.
so empty without me.
I get played around certain groups, but I'm the same way as you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
No,
talking about
I feel like
T-Bob's the group.
Hypes me
most.
up.
I was about to say, I feel like I'm on an island here. I feel like most people love Eminem
and
working
Rivers,
out.
You and Rivers, y'all team up together.
Oh well, okay. So yeah,
About Eminem.
you just got unlucky in that you're like. You landed on the island where it's just you happen to find two of the only people that actively don't get pumped up by Eminem to work out. All of my friends love it. Like in college, I felt like they all listened to it constantly. It was always on in the weight room. Just I don't know.
I don't know that there's a better workout song than Till I Collapse. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Even the title.
A lot of
it's literally right there in the title.
Rip Nate Dogg.
For me, my favorite workout song ever, and I'll always tie it in with Max Day, is A Milli.
A Milli.
It's just, that song used to get me more hype than anything in the world.
Mine is Dead and Bloated by Stone Temple Pilots.
Dead and Bloated?
Yeah.
Is that the Saints resurrecting the old Oakland Raiders of the past? Bringing in, if you played for Oakland back under Dennis Allen, even though things went horribly, we go get the band back together. And look, free agency kicked off with the exciting Nathan Peterman. I guess Willie Gay was first. That was a solid move. But then you had like Nathan Peterman. Who was the receiver that used to play for the Cowboys, Taylor?
Stanley Morgan. Cedric Wilson.
Cedric Wilson, yes.
Son Stanley Morgan as well.
Oh, wow. So you got a couple old Cowboys chopping it up.
He's camp body.
Look, a lot of, That's kind of the lane that the Saints have operated in.
Cedric Wilson can play, though. He's a good player.
He had good stats a couple of years ago.
I think we're just really waiting on the headline, former Raider receiver Hunter Renfrow signs with New Orleans Saints.
Well, I thought that was going to be the headline, but then in light of the Cedric Wilson news, I'm like, okay, I guess they ended up going a different direction.
Because remember the last 2 seasons, not all seasons, 2 seasons, like there's been a rumor Hunter Renfrow going to get traded to New Orleans. And then when Carr came, it's like, oh, it's going to happen.
I mean, it would seem to make sense on the surface. What would y'all think the hang-up would be thus far? Is it people thinking Hunter Renfrow can't play? I mean, I find that kind of hard to believe based on what he's doing. Does not fit the Saints system and what they're looking to accomplish. Maybe the price to payoff ratio isn't quite there. I guess it could be many things. But you signed Chase Young, which again, and have we readdressed that on air, how the contract actually is?
Yeah.
Because we learned after the show the other day that...
I sent it to the chat. I think we talked about it.
No, we did. You mentioned it one of the last segments about how a lot of the guaranteed money, it's based on injury. It protects the Saints a little bit.
Yes, it is not. It's a shrewd deal by the Saints. I liked it a lot at the beginning when we thought it was 1 year, $13 million guaranteed. Then we got the neck news, and it was like, okay. It takes away a little bit, but the Saints, beggars can't be choosers. They had a need. They went for it. I don't love $13 million guaranteed when he's dealing with an injury that's going to hold him through camp, and it's a neck thing. But no, we then learn it's 1 year, $5 million guaranteed, and the other $8 million set to come in the way of roster bonuses if he's on the active roster for each game. So a smart move, a shrewd move for both sides. Chase Young trying to prove that not that he belongs in the NFL, right? Because he's not at risk of leaving the league the same way like Jadeveon Clowney is never at risk of leaving the league. But can he be that consistent double-digit sack guy? Because if he can prove that this year, then he stands to make 40, 50 million, however many million, 70, 80, 100, I don't know. I mean, he's still in his prime, even despite the couple injuries. And the Saints need a pass rusher. So after it all said and done, the receivers, Peterman, Young, did the Saints get better in free agency? You lose Yedem. You lose Zach Bond.
You never used him in the right way.
Andrews Pete. I still think the biggest shocker of free agency is that Zach Bond is black. I mean, I swear I thought that guy was white.
The fact that you didn't know that.
He played for Wisconsin.
There's a lot of things that surprise me that you say.
I don't think I'm the only one. I think there was a healthy amount of Saints fans that had no idea.
I think you're the only one.
I think you're the only one, T.
He was black.
I'm going to rely on the internet to come to my defense here because I don't think that's correct, but we'll see.
So you just thought he was just straight up white. Like you didn't think he had anything else in him.
It's I see Wisconsin defender and I just can't help myself. Oh. Wisconsin is a classic check milk type of team. They just got a lot of white boys running around on defense there.
That's Nebraska. Nebraska's the ultimate. I mean, we've heard Will Compton talk about check milk.
Well, you better. No. I'm gonna stop myself. Never mind. I'm excited to watch Nebraska play basketball though.
They did re-sign Adam Prentice, the fullback. They also signed Xander Horvath.
Oh, so you think they definitely got better?
No, I don't.
So you think? Yeah. I mean, it kind of feels like they stayed a bit neutral, though the Chase Young move is splashy.
It is.
And it's a clear
if he was fully healthy,
defensive.
Maybe it would change my mind. But like losing Andrews Pete and not having a real backup plan right now, and you can still draft that player, but as we know in the draft, a la Trevor Penning, you don't know how much you can count on that player, certainly in year one of that player.
Yeah.
And Andrews Pete, for all the highs and lows that he had in his Saints career, and I've come on this show, going back to hanging with Hester, I talked about Andrews Pete not being what the Saints needed, but you got to give him credit for what he did this year. He stepped up when you had to have him, played well, right, and you let him walk out the door. And I don't know that you're going to bring in somebody that's going to be ready to play at that level, and it's your biggest position of need, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. So you got better on the defensive line. You got worse on the offensive line, but the offensive line is already such an Achilles heel that maybe that outweighs any defensive improvement because we know that like Derek Carr is a quarterback that particularly struggles when it comes to that sort of pressure. Jake, at this point in free agency, is there anybody you could sign that would make you feel better about the O-line?
I still think there's some players out there. I mean, I don't believe that Hurst has even signed with anybody. You're losing so many starters from a bad offensive line, and then you're not replacing them with anybody.
Yeah.
Like, that's the issue. Now, once you get into this wave of free agency, you're probably talking about a player that's a reserve, or you're talking about a player that's injured and teams don't know about his health, or you're talking about somebody that has passed their prime.
Yeah.
That's just where we're at in free agency right now. Like, to think you're going to get a game changer or even a starter, and that seems tough. But you do have one out there that started for you, so maybe you make a move, you bring him back, and then you draft a tackle, and then you allow Trevor Penning to compete somewhere and see if he can go win a job at left guard, at left tackle.
I think the Saints got one win better. 7-10 to 8-9. Let's go, boys. All right, when we get back, let's talk to Jay Clark real quick as they prepare for the SC Championships this week. And keep it locked, OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. One more time, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. They're located on Airline in Goodwood. Okay, guys? So you should just go see them today, and go meet the sales team. Go look at all the vehicles they got right there on site, whether it's new or a Toyota certified used vehicle, where you still get excellent warranty coverage. What about the service center? All makes and models welcome. A shuttle service right there on site. Drop you off, pick you up. Rental cars right there on site if it's a big repair. $100 towards your deductible if you mention OTB, Jake, T-Bob, any of it. All-Star Toyota, your one-stop vehicular shop. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
And if you're looking to rent for spring break, remember you can go ahead and get that reserved right now. Even if it's coming up on, let's say it starts on Monday. Your trip starts on Monday. It's still not too late. You can make that call. Again, Miss Lisa Sessions in the rental department and get that taken care of. Go to the website to see what's available, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize every
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Let's check in with LSU Gymnastics head coach Jay Clark. As a team getting ready to head down to the Smoothie King Center, the number 1 seed for the SEC championships this weekend. And Coach, I want to start here. It continues to boggle the mind, the rise of this sport, especially here in Baton Rouge. Gymnastics finishing number 1 in the country in attendance for 2024. The largest crowd of the year last Friday against North Carolina for senior night, honoring these incredible gymnasts, a la Haley Bryan and company. What does it mean to you? I mean, 3 sellouts in a row, Coach, here to end the year. What does it mean to you to just watch this like zeitgeist continue to grow?
It's incredible. I don't know what else to say about it. We had a vision for it, and we knew it could happen, and just to see it come to fruition and to see the fans, in our area get behind us the way that they have has just been, it's been a dream come true. And it's great for our sport, and the sport as a whole is growing by leaps and bounds everywhere. And the exposure we're getting is tremendous. And so all I can do is say thank you to our fans, and thank you to the support staff and our administration who have shared the vision that we've had and have helped us create it. And it's, as you know, it's an exciting thing to witness and behold, and this weekend will be no different.
Coach, talk to me about Haley Bryant. I mean, she finishes the career slam earlier in this season, getting all the perfect 10s on every single event. I believe she's the school's all-time leader in 10s. She has 26 event victories on the year this year. Like we mentioned multiple times all the time on the show, when we talk about her, she is Joe Burrow. She is Jaden Daniels. What has she meant to this team?
Well, she's just not going far beyond her gymnastics. She's just such a stabilizing force for everybody, and just the way she conducts herself, the consistency she exhibits, the way she goes about her business every single day, the teammate that she is, the humility she exudes, and she never seeks the spotlight. There's no way to adequately describe the impact that she has had, and it's grown and grown and grown over the last 4 years to the point now where she's very comfortable in that role. And as you mentioned, she's our equivalent of Joe or Jaden, or she's, as far as I'm concerned, she's the best in the country, and it's not close. And she just means everything to us. We got a lot of great kids, but I think no doubt having Haley in there is such a stabilizer and just creates such a level of confidence for everybody else, because she's at the back end, if something were to go awry.
Coach, having the SECs take place about an hour down the road, what are you expecting from the atmosphere there in the Smoothie King?
Well, we're down here now. We're at the Intercontinental getting ready. We've got our training day today in Smoothie King Arena on the podium. It's going to be a barn burner of a meet. All 4 teams in our session are inside the top 10, and it could go any way, really could. Ticket sales have been awesome. Last time we were here in 2019, New Orleans set the record that still stands for attendance, and we've broken that already. Nice. But there's still plenty of tickets available. I think we're approaching about 12,000 right now, and it just continues to grow. But we hope our fans will come out. I don't know what the weather's going to do. I haven't really looked at it, but we hope everybody comes down here to the Big Easy and gets in it with us, and it should be great. We've got a big tailgate thing planned with our boosters beforehand. I think there's 600 or 700 people going to be at that. We'll stop by with the team on the way in and say hello to some of our most ardent fans. But we earned that number 1 seed, and really what that gets us is we get to start on vault and have the same rotation order that we have at home, We'll have a partisan crowd, of course, so it should feel good. It should feel good. It won't be the PMAC, but it should be as close as possible.
Hell yes, Coach. Can't wait to watch this weekend. SEC championships going down again. The number one in attendance in the entire country. 3 sellouts in a row. The road to a championship. It's all been leading to this. Coach, thank you so much for joining us again today. I know it's very busy. Best of luck to you and the girls this weekend. Go kick some ass.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys so much for having me on weekly, and go Tigers.
Hell yeah, man. Go
Absolutely.
Tigers.
Appreciate it,
Coach Jay Clark, the man behind the rise, the climb, I should say, which is actually an excellent award-winning documentary series that they've done on this gymnastics team for a couple of years in a row now. It's on LSU Gold if you are one of the subs there. But, I can't wait. Can't wait. Again, guys, we are overflowing with sports this weekend. All right. It's that time. Wrapping up hour 2. Rivers is back for the first time in a month. Already here in studio. Champagne Shenanigans. Princess Kate correspondence. Going to chop it up. We'll give you the latest on what's going on over there in the UK as, both Princess Kate and John Calipari seem to have disappeared. Give you the latest on where they're hiding out. I stole that joke. I got to be honest. I saw Nookie reference a meme that made a joke like that online earlier, and I think that's fantastic. The UK
you only
down
know the countries that
bad.
make up the UK, so
I will never know them. I don't need to. I'm an American.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coleman, Roof.
They're American too.
They're American. Hell yeah. They're Louisianian, though.
Louisianimal.
Yeah. Zulz. But they actually do the whole Gulf South region as well now, because over 40 years, Coleman Roof has continued to grow because their customers are constantly more than satisfied with what they're getting. The most reliable, the most respected, the most innovative, the highest integrity out of all the roofing companies here in Louisiana. You want Coleman Roofing and Construction, y'all. And I always talk about how complete they are because it's any size job, commercial, residential, geographically, I just told you. It's any type of roof that you need, Coleman Roof. Check it out.
Go to the website, like T-Bob said, throughout the Gulf South. Go to the website Coleman Roof to find the contact information for your area. That's commercial and residential roofing. One-stop shop, ColemanRoof.com, ColemanRoof.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques, Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Friday, March 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy to cloudy skies with a high of about 72. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch them in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Hour 3 of today's show, Rivers Huey stops by for some champagne shenanigans. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
We're just 60 minutes away from the end of the OTB work week. Screw it. Why not start now? Pop the cork and pass the glass. This is Champagne Shenanigans with Rivers Huey on Off the Bench. Now, here's T-Bob Hebert, Jacob Hester, and Rivers Huey.
Oh, love the intro, Laundry. Still love it. Great work there. Champagne Shenanigans. It is the last hour of Friday, which is when I stop caring about anything y'all have to say about, like, talk sports or this is wrong with the show or that's wrong with the show.
Do you ever particularly
when
care?
have you ever cared about that?
No, it gets to me
We
sometimes.
don't care.
And I try to respect it. And, I try to take all of criticism with some grain of salt. There's a kernel of truth in it. But, no, at this point, I don't care.
I mean, we're talking about groundhogs, and then Taylor be like, talk Saints, talk Tigers. Give me a segment.
Look, somebody has to be back there reeling you in.
I agree. Well, you got to, and we like everything else, like everything else in life nowadays, we do have to please the algorithmic gods that rule our existence. And it turns out they like daily uploads, it sucks, but it
turns out
it
they like
is
content.
What it is. Eric says, so glad Rivers' parents let her start hanging out with us again. Yeah, I know. You've been missed. How's the last month been? I feel like you had a really great crap-talking window there that is still open.
I don't really need
but
it,
just
though.
shut a little bit. After y'all took care of LSU in basketball, then baseball, but then basketball just let you down and baseball let you down
Here's the thing.
Basketball let me down, too.
Basketball. Y'all, my bracket is so down bad right now. It is.
How many Final Four teams did you lose?
Wait, huh? No, actually, that's the worst part. Like, none of them.
Oh, okay.
So do you know how many? No, but do you know how many points I have? Like, how many?
Whoa.
Like, look how many points you have.
I don't know, actually. I haven't looked on ESPN.
It is. If you look, I mean,
I'm about to look right now.
Yeah, I have 70. Just glance at how many points you have.
Okay.
That'll give you an idea of how many losses.
You get 10 for every win, right?
Yeah,
I
did not do well. I mean, I picked some wild upsets. None of them hit. Mississippi State, first loss. And I knew Michigan State was going to win, but I could not pick Mississippi State.
I'm ranked 7. I'm ranked 7 millionth.
So 100?
Well, but like
I got 110 points. Not to brag.
In the
ESPN
percentile?
bracket.
Oh, you're not looking
That's what I was looking at.
Oh, yeah.
71 and a half.
digital.
I'm 71 percentile. 71
I
and a
am
half.
9.
Oof. Oof. Down
There.
bad indeed.
Is that a better, like...
Yeah. Alondra, was it you telling me Bijan Robinson has a perfect bracket still?
No way.
He still has a
No
perfect bracket.
way.
Yeah,
no way.
he does.
What are the mathematical chances of holding a perfect
I think it
bracket
was
even through day one?
I think it was 0.00003%, something like that. What? Oh wait, look, there's something in the chat, and I wanna touch on this because it's not just this person, Brennan. Oh, we were all wondering how Rivers' bracket was doing. Here's my thing. I hate people on the internet right now. The last few days. oh, how's your bracket? Tell me
Mhm.
more about your bracket.
Yeah.
I'm sorry people want to just have fun.
Yeah, it's
I'm
also
so sorry. We all want to
We all
just fill
do
out a
it.
bracket
Right,
and
it's-
just do it. Yes, we're all talking about it. And no,
Yeah.
you probably don't care, but like we're all doing it. It's what we do these first few days. Just let us
It's
enjoy
a
life.
great, pass that down. It's a
I was,
great cultural touchstone for making a little small talk. You know?
I very much enjoyed writing Cole Kubelik last night and making fun of him
Yeah.
because he had McNeese in
Right.
Kentucky in his
It's
Final
fun.
Four.
I like,
fun.
you know, you see somebody at the gym, you're like, how's the old bracket doing? Busted
It
already?
replaces how's the
I
weather.
feel you, dude.
Would you rather talk about the weather?
Yeah. Which, yeah, I mean, I
Well,
would.
that
It's been
groundhog's
pretty
full of ish, but
it's been pretty stormy. Again, y'all's take that it is
Terrible.
not spring is so astronomically dumb.
it's
I cannot
cold
wrap
and
my head
rainy
around
It's cold
it.
outside.
Y'all are so dumb.
It
And
is.
it's raining.
not actually cold.
It's feeling
It
the
is
most
cold.
fall outside of all time.
It's cold, and also like he
I'm
said
surrounded by
early spring, and it
idiots.
was most definitely not an early. It's a late spring.
it's late. It's a late boy.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's
I've had St. Patty's days where I've had to wear jackets before.
That's
Everybody
true.
was actively sweating on St. Patty's Day.
last year I saw
What
a
are you
picture
doing
of
right
us,
now?
and I was wearing a
Yeah, it
I was
was
wearing
cold.
a beanie
It was
and
cold
like
as hell.
yeah, it was freezing.
What am I doing right now? I'm in short shorts and a Hawaiian shirt.
And
That's
you're
what I'm
cold when
doing
you're
right now.
outside
I'm
while
not
you're in
cold.
short
I'm
shorts
chilling
and a
right now.
Hawaiian
No, I've been wearing shorts every day this week. I'm not having this argument again. Let's go back
You
to
brought
practice.
it up.
Because
Let's
you're
go back
Tommy
to
You
brackets
brought
being
it up.
busted. Let's go back to brackets
Just
being
because you're
busted.
Tommy Tough
You
Nuts
brought
doesn't
up
mean
the
it's not cold.
groundhog.
I ain't Tommy Tough Nuts. I hate the cold weather. I'm such a wuss when it comes to the cold weather.
I will say-
welcome summer.
Look,
I want
will
you to
say,
come back.
I was the last person outside. Like
Baby,
I've
come
I've come inside. It is very sunny and spring outside.
Right now?
Yes.
What? It's been
It's
raining
sunny.
like crazy all morning.
Crazy.
That's one thing that's always
is
weird
sunny
about the
right
morning
now.
show. When we drive in, it's
Yeah.
pitch
Yes.
dark
It
and
was
it was
miserable
raining,
this
and
morning.
like Nicholson was flooded.
Yes.
And now you're telling me it's sunny
I
outside.
couldn't even
outside.
see when I was driving.
I couldn't
It feels
either.
kind of perfect outside right now.
There we go. So
I didn't wanna
suck
lead
it.
with
Keep
that.
wanting to call him a hedgehog. And
He's not a hedgehog.
and not a groundhog.
He's a groundhog.
Shout
I
out
know.
Cole Kubelik because I had McNeese in my Final Four too.
There's a massive difference. I actually don't know. I don't know if there is or not.
Between a hedgehog and a
Well, yeah,
groundhog.
I don't think. Yeah,
One
there's-
lives in the ground, the other lives in your hedges.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey.
Good job.
that's why they
That's
call
true.
it that,
I
guys.
like that.
Come on.
One's
Guys, use a
named
little
Sonic,
bit of
the
logic.
other one's
you
I was
know?
going to say,
Phil.
yeah, one's really fast. So if Sonic's the hedgehog, do y'all know what Knuckles is?
Yeah.
Isn't he also a
He's
hedgehog?
he's a red hedgehog.
Nope. I think he's like a
Hedgehog, but red.
Yeah.
is
Sonic's
it
yeah.
an Incanita?
Okay. You
Right.
know
Nobody
nobody's
knows.
gonna know that.
Just stop.
A chinchilla? Something
T-Bone
like that?
made
Definitely
that
not
up.
chinchilla.
Look up, Google it. What is Knuckles? What type of animal is Knuckles? What type of animal is Tails? I have no idea. Is Tails a
Tails
boy or a
is a
girl?
squirrel
I
with
don't
two
really
tails,
know.
right?
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, I guess that would
pretty
make sense,
sure.
potentially because he flies. So like a flying squirrel type situation.
Isn't it a she?
Echidna. Yeah, he's an echidna. See, thank you. Knuckles an
idea.
echidna. Told you, nerds.
I think you're the nerd because you knew
yeah,
that.
so
Yeah.
I didn't have the week to enjoy or whatever the baseball.
Yeah.
But I didn't really need it because the thing is y'all had to come in here and talk about it. And like, did you even need me coming in here? Like, you had to do it on your own.
It did hurt. It did hurt. You know, like I said, me and all my homies going into that weekend, we all hated Mississippi State, and then it was basketball, and then it was baseball 2 or 3. But that's okay. We're about to wash that bad taste out of the mouth.
That's true.
This weekend with a little Florida.
It's true. First game. First series.
Ambidextrous pitcher from Mississippi State.
Yeah, Durangelo.
It's pretty cool.
Which we were butchering his name, by the way, guys. Sanjay.
It sounds like you're saying St. Joe.
I was saying Siente on Friday,
You
which
were.
you gave me.
No.
You told me I was right.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh my gosh.
You said
Don't
that
make me
sounds
pull the
right.
tape.
That little bitty
Pull the
finger
tape.
was pointing right
I
at
was-
you.
Pull the
you
tape.
asked me, and I
I
said,
wasn't
I
here.
don't know. It
I
doesn't
was
sound
not here.
Hispanic.
No, but you said sounds right.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, but to be fair, it is a weird. It's like if you're looking at it visually, the last name is.
It's very
Yeah,
weird. You're not-
Durangelo's cool though. I mean, going
Either way,
pitching
I-
right-handed, one batter,
hand
left-handed,
up,
other batter is
hand up.
tight.
But he did that last year.
No, I know,
Oh,
but he's
okay.
better this year.
Hand
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
yeah. I didn't know he was that good this year.
Yeah, he
I mean,
Yeah.
he,
had
he,
was good last
he
year.
hit 96 though. Like, didn't his velocity go up though? I heard.
Maybe,
that.
but I mean, I remember everyone talking about how good he was last
he had a
year.
Bro, you
great
throw
preseason
96.
last
We
year.
just weren't good, so
Well-
y'all weren't paying attention.
Well, he didn't have a great SEC. He had a great
Yeah.
preseason,
Okay.
and then this year he had another great preseason, and he seemed to carry it over.
Bro, you hit 96,
in the
97
7 and you throw from both sides.
Yeah, don't make no sense.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And so you go from ambidextrous pitcher to now this Sunday you're going to see Caglione, the most exciting two-way player who I don't believe has a translator that has been gambling for him, but I guess only time will tell. Which it feels like public reaction has really turned against Shohei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like, or not turned against, because I don't think anybody cares that he's gambling,
but
nobody believes that he's not gambling.
Right. Well, the thing is his interpreter grew up in America. He went to school here. He's been here.
How'd they get to be such close friends?
I don't know, but he knows
They're
the
together
difference
all the time.
He knows the difference in making a bet with DraftKings and like going through these like sketchy side.
Yeah,
side
he tried
deals.
to claim that
So,
he didn't
like,
know was illegal.
Right. So like that alone is just like, also, if you know anything about banks, like he had to know that he was transferring that money to him. You have to get have to get clearance, you have to get pre-approval. That much money, yes, people have to approve it.
The funniest part is,
so he had to have known either way.
Well, even if he didn't, like they're like, oh, it's $4.5 million. I understand that Shohei Ohtani makes a ton of money.
Yeah.
You're gonna know if $4.5 million is
Yes,
gone.
absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. Shohei makes enough
I get
money
it.
where
He
I don't
makes
know if you would
incredible
know.
amount of money.
The bank cannot transfer that amount of money without clearance.
No, I mean, I believe that Shohei knew because Michihara
said
sat
he knew.
down
Yeah.
with ESPN
Yeah.
for 90 minutes on Tuesday and said that. And
Well,
then,
but the problem is that he said
he said too much.
What he said is that Shohei did it himself. He made the transfer. That's
Yes.
illegal.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's illegal.
Yeah,
That's-
no, he
that's
said
jail
that
time.
they sat down together.
Yes.
And
I mean, Shohei's
he was
name
like, I'm
is
gonna
on
help pay. I'm gonna help pay you off. But then it's so funny from Tuesday to Wednesday. Then the lawyers get involved, and now he's like, no, I actually stole all the money.
Yeah.
And Shohei knew nothing. Knew nothing about the
Not
gambling.
good.
Nothing about the payout.
And then that
Really
same
not
day,
good.
they're like hanging out in the dugout laughing. Like someone steals $4.5 million from you. You're not sitting in the dugout laughing with this guy.
Well, I was
you know?
telling them during the break before you got here that I feel like this is really good for the MLB, like as an organization, because nobody has been paying attention to the MLB MLB needed this. I guess saying
think it
good
depends.
is not the right term, maybe, but they needed this because I was telling them I don't think that anybody's really watched baseball besides like a select. I watch it, Jake watches it, but like a lot of people don't. Since maybe Derek Jeter.
It's become regionalized. There's not a lot of national baseball talk.
It was the lead story on SportsCenter before March Madness talked.
And it was the lead story on. It was on Good Morning America.
Yeah.
It's a lead story in Japan right now.
It could
And
definitely
before
be
that,
like a.
when was the MLB ever in the news cycle? You know, so
Certainly this early, yeah.
right. And
it could be a no news is bad news type situation. I do think it will be bad for them if.
It's bad either way.
I mean,
bro, they have to
the whole
move.
Pete Rose situation.
They have
will
to
not
move
let it come out,
heaven
though.
and earth.
They're going to though.
to protect Shohei.
Yeah, 100%.
They
Because then they got
have
to
to
take
do
back
whatever they can.
the whole Pete Rose thing.
Yeah, y'all just let Pete in the Hall of Fame. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, don't even get me started on
And
that.
also, how much
that has nothing to do with
money
anything.
is
He should
Shohei
just be.
bringing into the MLB? You know,
I mean, put them all in the Hall. Barry Bonds needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Roger Clemens needs to be in the Hall of Fame. The Baseball Hall of Fame is so dumb in that you let some guys in that have admitted to using steroids for whatever reason, but others you're like holding the line against. Like Palmeiro's in the Hall of Fame, yes or no?
No.
Am I wrong?
No.
Oh, Palmeiro's not either?
No.
Still, you know that there are guys from
There
that
are
era.
some that admitted to doing it that are in.
Yes.
And they're like, well, they admitted it. It's like, wait. So
Get
that
the
makes
hell
it
out of
better?
here, dude. No, I mean, the holier than thou gatekeeping
if they
of the
don't-
Hall of Fame is lame as hell.
if they are not able to somehow move heaven and earth and get him out of this, yeah, it will be bad. It will be bad
It'd be
for
awful.
the MLB.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah,
wants
it'd be horrible.
Shohei Ohtani taken out of the game
It's
because
only
of
good
gambling.
if they can get him out of it, and now everyone's still talking about
Yeah.
it.
But-
that's kind of it.
it puts Rob Manfred in a situation.
What do they say in Westworld?
That guy.
These
I don't know, I
violent
stopped after
delights.
season one.
Yeah, I know we all did.
I finished it.
Oh wow!
Oh,
I saw
God.
it through.
Good for you.
But you know they go back to that Shakespeare quote, right?
Yeah.
These violent delights have violent ends. We have fully uncapped gambling, which I'm cool with. Everybody be adults, handle your stuff responsibly. But these are the waters that you're going to wade into. I mean, freaking ESPN Bet is a thing.
It's on right now.
I know.
I mean, my guy Dallin, my co-host on Off Campus, that's him right there on ESPN
God,
Bet.
is there a just more awful branding than ESPN Bet too?
Yeah.
Its color scheme is so boring and bland, and
Well, isn't that
gambling
who,
with ESPN feels so like uncool. It's just
wait,
crazy.
Isn't that who was with Barstool?
Yeah,
Bears.
Penn.
That's Penn
No,
is
Penn.
with
Yeah,
ESPN
Penn owns the
Bet.
Bears. Yes, Penn is
Yeah,
Barstool
they're
became
ESPN.
ESPN Bet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this show used to be called Daily Wager, and they changed it to ESPN Bet. Yeah.
Tight.
Which is weird because it could have still been called Daily Wager.
Wager.
Like they didn't need.
You
to
know what
change
else
it.
sucks? Like something like Lock of the Week with Hanny and Ott is super fun. It's great, but like 99% of gambling content sucks. I don't find any of it to be interesting.
But I'm not a big gambler either.
I'm kind of with you because like I'm going to come up with my own stuff.
Yeah.
My own system and
Yeah, I'm
my
a
own way to
cook.
play.
I'm a cook.
And yeah, I don't love following somebody else.
The only
even
show,
if they're really good at it.
The only show, and it is a Barstool show that I think is funny, and it's just because it's like got Tim and Eric absurdity to it. What's the show that Finer and Big Cat and Portnoy and all them do?
What's it called?
It's very off the wall.
Yes.
It's very memey.
Where they dress up in 70s suits.
like hyper.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like hyper edited.
What is that called?
I don't know why I'm blanking right now.
I can see it.
Yeah, me too. But whatever. But that's only entertaining because I don't actually care about what they're saying.
Right.
The jokes are just funny and the editing's funny.
Yeah.
Like this. This is
serious.
This is like sports reporters, but with more numbers and less interesting storylines.
A lot
Which,
of
you know,
analytics.
sports reporter is probably great as an adult, but as a kid, I used to be so pissed when sports reporters.
Oh my God! On Sundays, it'd be like, "Are you effing kidding
oh my
me?"
God, dude. I'm trying to watch
Sports-
baseball highlights.
Jeremy Shadd's coming on my TV right now, and I'm trying to watch Fred McGriff hit a home run.
Yeah, I used to be so annoyed.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, Barstool Sports Advisors.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Hunt.
Yes. Which, by the way, Hunt,
Terrible.
you have officially just had last
The worst
hour
take of all time.
the worst take we've ever seen in our chat.
Mhm.
As Hunt was waxing rhapsodic about the glory of breakfast burritos, which are awesome. Who
Yeah.
doesn't love breakfast burritos? Incredible way to start your day.
Yeah.
But then he said no salsa on them. And then he said no salsa ever in any
He
situation.
said,
Horrible.
even on chips.
Even
Horrible.
on chips.
What do you?
the-
What kind of dip is he? Is he just doing straight
Probably
queso?
queso,
Is that
yeah.
He
it?
said he likes queso
Maybe
and
so.
guac,
Ooh,
just
that
no
can
salsa.
that gets real heavy real fast. If you're,
I like
if you're
mixing
sitting
queso
and you're eating
and
the chips,
salsa.
yeah, you gotta get a little of the salsa
together.
in.
Yeah.
Yes, just
Yeah.
because it starts to get pretty heavy if you're going
Just queso.
Oh,
Just
every
queso.
time I just fill my stomach with a brick of cheese when I go to a Mexican restaurant. And then I try to melt the cheese with tequila. And it feels great going down,
It's a
but it's
storm
always
in
a
your
rough,
tummy.
yeah,
It's
it's
a
always
storm
a
in your
rough
tummy.
couple of days afterwards. Nice little shrimp and steak surf and turf fajita.
I don't like your belly right now.
So good, dude. So freaking good. It's
don't
just
like
the
your
best.
belly.
But yeah, Hunt, I literally break my fast every day after I get home from school with salsa. It's one of my favorite foods in the entire world.
Which ones do you go? Like, if you go and doing it at
Yeah.
home, like, you
I
buy
like,
store
I
bought?
Cleanse is
like,
good.
I have a sick spot for like
Don't
kind
say
of
paste
cheaper
picante.
salsa. No, but like, I
I was
mean,
about to say.
there's just like a, I think it's Fresh Market or Whole Foods. There's just like a kind of generic brand
Yeah.
of salsa that I like. It's maybe like a slightly better ingrediented Tostitos type of salsa, but like that's my kind of lane. I don't need to get overly fancy with my
okay.
daily
Clint's
salsa.
salsa is
But I
so
love
good.
all salsa.
What'd you say?
Clint's salsa is
Okay.
really good.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down to try
They
any
have
of
it at Whole Foods. I don't know where else they
You
have
probably
it.
go, what's that one by your office? That's
Fresh Market. Yeah,
it's probably
and you
right.
can just get this giant glass of it.
I
Yeah.
love Fresh Market.
Fresh Market.
I never really go there, but it's very relaxing, and it's like relaxing in a way that it's kind of like a Whole Foods, but they just have really gentle music playing.
Have you
in the
ever
background.
looked
They have
up?
free coffee. Like
Ooh.
you just sort of walk around, and it's just nice.
Have you ever looked
I've
up?
been there.
No.
It's crazy. I had eaten an edible a couple years ago,
Oh, God.
and I'm just walking around, and I started looking up, and they have like these like, it almost feels like little
I feel like
movie
that's the worst
sets.
time to grocery
It almost
shop.
feel like movie sets. There's like all these sort of installations with like props of like, here's a nice little music scene. Here's a nice little like country living scene.
Are you
I'm
sure
telling
you
you.
didn't imagine
Nope.
that?
Right.
Nope.
Hallucinate this.
Look up the next time you're in
Okay,
Fresh
well,
Market.
either way-
Although you should go to
Whoa.
Rouse's, okay? Because Rouse's is the absolute best, and I'm going to be at Rouse's
Yes.
3 to 5 this afternoon,
I-
hanging out with my boy John.
I am
Or
not speaking.
Alexander's.
Look,
Wherever you
I'm
go.
not speaking to
The Alexander's.
the products of Fresh Market. The only thing I like about Fresh Market is just like the vibes, good vibes. It almost feels like a warm blanket.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's just like very.
Which again, you're not even realizing that art that they have up there. That kind of contributes
I'm
to
still
it.
not sure that art exists.
I got video evidence. I'll try to find it during the break. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com. KTOZblinds.com. Snake Bone Goolsby says, can't trust a man eating them dry burritos. I agree, dude. I mean, straight up. You know who doesn't eat dry burritos? Brandon Barton and the team over there at K to Z. Yeah, fair. All of our advertisers. But look, have Brandon Barton out to your home and have him do the tour. He's down at Jake's house, and you're going to be immediately blown away by the depth to which these window coverings can improve your just daily experience. KTZ Blinds, KTZ window coverings.
Happening yesterday, we put the exterior shade down because I'm trying to watch basketball during the day. I mean, it just completely changes the room, and I had no idea. I had no idea that something outside could change inside like that, but that's exactly what Brandon knew as soon as he learned my space in like literally 5 minutes. Also, the Roman shade we got in the kitchen. Now we have the privacy that we've been looking for a long time. KTZBlinds.com, KTZBlinds.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the gymsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the gymsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
So I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Too low depth, going crazy. Death Row is the label that pays me.
So y'all, welcome back. OTB, chilling here on this Friday, man. So what's the latest on Princess Kate's BBL?
I don't think anything has come out in the last week. She's supposed to make her official first appearance
on Easter,
real appearance on Easter, and
Ooh, a little
so
tease.
people are saying
Jesus.
The video that came out last week or whatever.
Yeah.
No one thinks that's her.
No one thinks that's her. That's what I was telling you.
Is she shopping?
She has a look-alike that they use for safety situations or whatever.
Okay.
Everyone's saying that's her.
1,000%.
People are talking about the gait, her walk, and the way that she moves. That's just not her. People who care about it, they're
got into this week.
They're analyzing it. So they don't think it's her. Plus, not even all of that stuff. They're talking about if she had serious abdominal surgery, she wouldn't just be out walking around picking up bags.
Right, because
you can't. You're not supposed. And also you're royal. You're one, you're not going to do that anyways. So you're not. True. No one has ever seen her grocery shop
just
before.
like us situation where they're look, the stars are just like us.
So it's so weird that people are seeing her grocery shop for the very first time ever. Right now?
When 2 weeks ago she was sitting down in the picture with her kids, the alleged picture with her kids.
Now that looked.
And
Well,
she
that
was
picture's
sitting
not real.
down. No,
They've
right?
admitted that picture's not
And
real.
so it's
they did?
Well,
Because
she
but if you're
said it. Everyone knows it's not a real. People have broken down the
It looked very photoshopped.
Experts have determined that it is not a real photo.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you're
there was
going off
also
of she was sitting down, whatever, because she couldn't even stand up because of the surgery or
I
whatever.
didn't see that.
But then
I didn't think
a
that.
week ago, she was.
I thought she was just taking a picture with her kids. I didn't think anything about the sitting. But then there was the picture of her in the
That's just
car,
what
and
people are
everyone's like, "Ooh, the bricks are different." Actually, the bricks are different where they took the photo. So that was maybe a real photo, but also it could have been her double. I don't know.
The
I
picture
don't
in the car
honestly
that
at
you
this
showed
point
me,
care.
that didn't look like Kate at all. That looked like an old woman.
It did, right?
I don't honestly care. I mean, I've gotten to a point where it's just gotten so outlandish, and everyone cares so much that I'm just okay. I don't know. Either she's she's gonna come out at some point.
Yeah.
And then we'll know.
If Kate gets a BBL, does the body double have to get a BBL?
Well, Kate didn't get a BBL.
Well, I'm just saying though, in theory.
Well, how do we
because then
know?
you would
Right?
know. No,
How
you-
do we know she didn't get a BBL?
Yeah, we don't know yet. We have no
I
confirmation.
guess that's true. That would be a real dumb thing for
It's
her
like
to do.
Schrodinger's BBL.
I actually
I don't know.
look. I looked
Schrodinger's
up
BBL.
photos for research purposes. Didn't see a BBL.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, there's no photos.
Well,
is the thing.
I sent T-Bob a text message. So one of my friends has a friend who works in media in London, and she basically said that the word is to all the news sources is that she had abdominal surgery, and it was an embarrassing surgery. It was some sort of bowel related thing.
She got a bag.
And it sounds like yes. And so the media did not want to. It was just not. It was beneath them to talk about that.
You don't
in the
want to.
press. Right. They don't want to use the word bowel
Yes.
and our
In
future
conjunction with the
queen.
royal.
Yes. So they mishandled this.
It's like the ultimate version of
No,
how
totally.
some
Like, they
people
should have
believe
just
that women
done
don't
that.
flatulate. It's
So-
well, no, she's a queen. Of course,
Right.
she can't have anything
So
wrong
it
with her
sounds like
bowels.
that's what she said. That the surgery was really bad, and it was brought on by her eating disorder, which they would have had to talk about if they announced that she had this surgery. So instead of just admitting all that, they have mishandled it, and now it has turned into this thing that is so beyond what it could have been if they
I
just had
think
admitted
it's all
it.
really funny.
I thought
sure.
that what's his name was about to abdicate the throne, and
Yeah,
so they were
Charles.
just taking a little time off.
But I mean, that might also be true.
He's got some.
He's got really
cancer.
serious cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to
He's
last
also
much
very
longer.
old.
Yes.
I was
He's
about to say, how old is he?
so old.
Like 70 something.
But 70 something with very stage
health
4
issues,
cancer.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, old girl made it 7 decades on the throne. Charles
He's
can't even last a
75.
year. Get
I
outta
know,
here, dude.
right? He's so soft.
Well, she lasted too long.
She kept him off that throne for
I
a
know.
long time, man.
Oh man.
She knew something. She was like, he's gonna take
Y'all,
this throne.
has anyone this is unrelated to Kate, but kind of. Has anyone had a bigger glow down than Prince William?
Oh man.
I mean, I remember
Just
being
lost a
little.
little hair, guys.
No. You need to really see a side by side of him in his teenage years, early 20s. He had blonde, beautiful hair. He had a body, he was tan. Now he looks very British.
Yeah, I mean that was.
He looks very
Isn't
British.
that what I want out of
He
my
kind of
king,
looked like
though?
a surfer. He kind of looked a little bit like a surfer in his 20s, and now he looks British.
Isn't that what you would want out of your country's royalty, though? I want him to
know.
look like
Do they have to
the paragon of what my country produces. And you're right, he looks terribly English, British, UK, whatever you want to say.
See, all the times that I see English people, it's usually on the pitch and
That's
they've
true.
got cool haircuts and
That's
they're in
true.
shape and they're fit and they've got the
He
teeth
kind of
fixed.
looks like that, but now he doesn't. Now he looks.
Yeah, guys, he's old now. He's like 40-some. I mean, no, that's next level
Dude,
good
whoa,
looking for sure. That's
whoa,
like
whoa.
Princess Bride, Hollywood
Yeah,
Prince
right?
level
He
of
looks real
attractiveness.
Don't throw out he's old, he's 40.
He was on
like
the
that again.
he was on
Bro,
the cover
I'm
of
right
all my
there with
Teen
you,
Bop
dog.
magazines.
I'm 35. It is what it is.
T-Bop, I am on the
looks
doorstep of 39. That
I
ain't
know.
the same.
I know.
Ooh, Kate really got tricked. That's what he looked like when they started dating. Maybe she's just like, yo, I did not realize how British he
Pull
was
up
gonna
a
look.
picture now.
Are they still together?
I don't know
Are they
what he
like
looks
is that like a real relationship?
I mean, I think it's pretty widely known that he's having an affair with that Rose person.
Really?
Yeah.
Gypsy Rose?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
How do y'all know all
Who do you
this?
think?
That
who do you
is like
think
been
got her out
like,
of
talked about a
jail?
lot. Like they talk about in the news.
Bro, I'm telling you,
So
there is a royal subculture that goes
Like, look at him
very
now.
deep.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, that's
not,
just hair, though. That's
no,
just the
that's
hair.
a
Is it
lot
just
going
hair?
on right
Nah,
there.
dude, that's
Jake's
just the
face. He's
hair,
like-
dude.
That's a lot going on
That's,
there.
that's not the same guy.
Look, receding after last night, receding hairlines are hot right now, thanks to Golke. Okay, so y'all put some respect on William's
There's a
name.
difference between
William could
receding
drop, if you lined
bald.
up, if you
But
lined
it's
up
not
William
just
right
hair.
now, he
No,
could
he's
drop
not
10
tan
threes in a
either.
game
Look,
easy.
T-Bob, he had a receding hairline slightly with a widow's peak. Williams rocking the Red Foreman haircut from that 70s show. There's a difference.
William really is going straight cul-de-sac and not even fighting it.
He's not fighting
I
it at
mean-
all.
But again, I mean, that's the thing. If like, if you
man.
can't even get away with bowel surgery, you can't get away with hair plugs, right? Like he
Oh,
would have.
hell no.
That boat has already sailed. That would have
Yeah.
had to happen
A
forever ago.
long time ago.
Also, if you're a prince, do the cul-de-sac. Who's going to tell you anything? You're a literal royalty.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the few occupations in
gonna
life
do?
where
You're
you
gonna
can
be king.
overcome your insecurities because like I'm
Doesn't
literally
matter.
going to be king of a country.
Yeah.
So who cares what my hair looks like? It's going to hurt to walk by the oil painting. Sometimes on your way to the throne in the morning, you're like, oh, God. Is that, oh, man. And y'all just like painted my old hair on there. But yeah, no, I mean, look, that's
Yeah.
he's probably more secure than anyone in going.
Well, anyways, I've reached a point where I just don't really care because like she's gonna come out on Easter and they're gonna have to admit something, and so we're gonna find out soon.
I just think it's all super funny and the memes that come out. The Spanish media says she's in a coma.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Spanish media like, wait, when you say Spanish, do you mean like Spanish or
When
like
I say
Latin
Spanish,
American?
I mean Spain.
Like
'cause
Spain,
that's what,
yes,
yeah.
the actual, okay.
'Cause that's what it is.
Okay, well, look, you're right. You would not make this mistake. I know a lot of people that say Spanish talking about like Mexican or Latin
That's
American
fair.
culture. Thank you. Taylor, raise your hand.
I mean
admitting
the
it.
actual Spanish.
Yes, you mean the actual
Yeah,
Spanish
Spain.
media.
That's
Okay.
kind of been their
media.
whole like that's been their line. They've like held firm. That's
So
what
it
they
makes
think.
me feel like she maybe was for like at least a little bit. And like now she's just like at home recovering because allegedly also there's somebody that works for the Spanish media that like knows somebody that works in the hospital. And they found like the records of her being in a medically induced coma.
They don't have HIPAA in
Well, I mean,
what are we doing
Well,
here?
look, you know somebody that knows somebody that saw
That's
it.
true.
Right.
What was it?
But that's the that is the funny thing. Everyone knows someone who knows something.
Yeah.
But they can't all be true. No, but someone can't know the truth.
One
And
of
so,
them
like,
has to be true.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah, or none of
fathom,
them, you
though.
know?
We see this on a local college football
true.
level.
Well, that's
like
what I was gonna
everybody
say.
knows
Know
somebody who
somebody that
knows
knows
somebody, yes, that
somebody.
knows something about it.
I was gonna say like
and they're
the-
always wrong.
the Justin Jefferson to the Bengals thing or whatever or whatever it was. When somebody was saying like, "Oh, my cousin works at Kroger with Joe Burrow's girlfriend," and she
Yeah.
said that Justin Jefferson was coming to the Bengals.
But it just feels so much different when you're talking about like college football and like the monarchy. It's
No,
just
what I'm saying is I can't fathom how extreme
Yeah.
the rumor element is, or like I actually know on a stage that big when
Yeah.
it's already so extreme on a stage this small. We're like in the LSU ecosystem. I run into this all the time
Oh.
where somebody's got like the connection.
What if, like, hear me out. What if she just comes out on Easter and she's like, hey, you remember that time I told you guys I was going to have surgery and you weren't going to see me until Easter.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to rest. And that's what I did. And now here I'm back.
Did she actually say that?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
The
What are we
media,
talking
like
about
whenever
then?
she went into surgery, she made an announcement. They were like, hey, she's having this surgery. She is going to rest and be out of the public eye until Easter. What if she comes out and she's like, I just did exactly what I said I was going
That's
to
just
do.
a very, very long recovery.
It is, but like we don't know what she had done. Like we don't know what surgery it was.
Also, like,
so
it would be so
They
nice
also
to get away from
canceled
the
a bunch of
public eye,
events
dude.
that
It would
she
be
was
so
supposed
nice
to.
to
yeah,
get away from it all.
maybe. But all I'm saying is that she's doing exactly what she told us that she was going to do, and we're all mad at her about it.
Shoebang says Harry looks like a real royal because he looks like his parents are first cousins. Yeah. Very much. I agree.
Man, come on.
All right. When we get back, let's close this segment. We're going to close it right now. And then we got more
We're
OTB.
going home.
Yeah, we got more OTB coming up. Keep it
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Pinnacle Exterior Construction. If you need bulkheads, fences, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, any exterior construction, you want Pinnacle. You go to pecbuilt.com. You're going to be blown away by the gallery there on the website. But let's talk pools. 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks. The spec pools from Pinnacle are pretty incredible. You choose from a variety of templates, and then you choose a variety of detail work around the edges to make it your own, right? And then in just 2 weeks, you have a pool. That's how easy it is. Financing's available. If you want to pay for it all up front, they got you as well. Go check them out, pecbuilt.com.
Yeah, a couple things. It's not lip service. I have seen it 2 houses down from me. I mean, they're in and out. Like I wondered what happened. What happened was they were done. They were done with the pool, and you have multiple options. So it's not just like one, hey, here's what we can do for you in 2 weeks. T-Bob and I have gone through the brochure. I mean, you have multiple options. I mean, we're talking about whatever shape that you want, you can get it done. 2 weeks time, pecbuilt.com, pecbuilt.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of.
Yeah, this one right here goes out to all the babies, mamas.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, feeling good. Champagne's flowing. Thanks to the homies over there at Evolve. Already got a nice little workout in. Nice little burn this morning.
I know, I'm so proud of you for
Evolve's great. I like it.
Yeah.
The time actually works out pretty good with my schedule, which is nice. Little 5 a.m.er. But I'm really feeling good. Hit my music, Alondra. Turn it up. Taylor, what did Shams just tweet?
Pelicans' Brandon Ingram suffered a bone contusion in his left knee, a fortunate diagnosis. He avoided any serious injury, is expected to miss at least 2 weeks when he will be reevaluated.
Let's go!
The
Told you we weren't a doctor, boys!
Pelicans' Twitter put it out as well.
There we go. Hyperextended a knee, simple bone contusion, 2 weeks, no ACL, playoffs, first round, back on. Let's freaking go, guys. Hell yes, dude.
Dr. Bob told me that it looked bad.
I said it looked bad.
I was trusting Dr. Bob.
How many times?
I'm not a doctor multiple times.
I was like, how many times that segment did T-Bob say,
keep the music
I'm
playing,
not a
Roger.
doctor?
Thank you.
Well, he covered his bases.
I covered my bases.
But he also had expert analysis because he had torn his ACL before.
It's true. It's true. Non-contact.
You were, what do they call it in the courtroom?
I'm an expert witness. An expert witness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look,
You're like Mona Lisa and My Cousin Vinny.
I've never really seen My Cousin Vinny.
Oh my God, T-Bob.
T-Bob, that is
You watch
so bad.
Ricky
What's a grit?
Stanicki,
What's a grit?
and you've never seen My Cousin Vinny?
That's actually a pretty good impersonation.
That is not a good Joe Pesci.
I thought it was.
That's a terrible Joe Pesci.
Say something else. Like Joe Pesci.
No,
Wait.
funny how. You got to do the funny how.
Funny like a clown? Funny how?
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Funny how make you laugh?
That's like
It's too Robert De Niro.
No, yeah,
It is a little Robert De Niro.
T-Bob is doing a Robert De Niro
Doing Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
What's a grit?
I don't know. I've never tried a Joe Pesci before. Okay, give me a minute, guys. Jesus.
Talk about an underrated actor. I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah.
can do Goodfellas. He
Yeah,
can do My
banger
Cousin
after
Vinny,
banger.
Home Alone.
Yeah.
Home Alone.
I mean, all those
I
completely
think
different
Pesci
movies.
is pretty rated, though. Doesn't he have Oscars?
Yeah, he got
I-
a ton of praise for The Irishman too.
But I don't feel like
Yeah,
he,
yeah, I
gets
think
to- he
he
doesn't
won
get
for The
talked about in
Irishman.
that group of greatest actors of all time, but
Maybe so.
he might be.
I saw a
One of
tweet the
them.
other day that said somebody
two
like
Utes.
ran into Joe Pesci when they were little in like an airport or whatever, and they went up to ask for his autograph, and he was like giving it to him, and then he was like, "Who's your favorite actor?" or whatever, and the kid was like, you, because I mean, what else do you say in that
Yeah.
situation? And he's like, "That's right," and he handed him $100.
Hell yeah.
Well, he is the sticky bandit, so I mean, he's got the cash with it.
That's right. He's great in JFK too.
No, Joe Pesci's a legend, dude. I mean, I cannot
cannot believe you haven't seen My Cousin Vinny.
I could watch
That is
him
wild.
and De Niro and Irishman when they're eating the bread and drinking the wine out of the small cups.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I could watch them do that for hours, and they're
My
speaking
cousin-
Italian.
Yeah, My Cousin Vinny is that movie that I have to watch if it's on TV.
Yeah.
I watch it, and
Yeah.
I watch it all the way through.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
wherever
know
it's
what
at.
I had never
One
considered
Oscar, by
until
the
this
way.
moment? That scene with Marissa Tomei when she's like breaking down the car is big times Legally Blonde, that girl breaking down the perm thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It's almost
yeah,
like
yeah.
the exact same scene.
It is.
They're just talking about two
Different
you're talking about a perm in
stuff,
a car,
yeah.
but that's a
It's
really
a
good
trick
scene.
question.
Yeah.
Rivers, we were talking about this earlier. Like, I spent, I don't know, however long the entire Lord of the Rings series is
Oh, yeah,
watching
here you
this
go, yeah.
just because T-Bob asked me to.
And just-
My Cousin Vinny, favorite movie in the world. I've said it multiple times, and it's one movie. T-Bob hasn't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I
but-
bet you he
That
won't
feels
watch
tough.
it this weekend either.
No.
But
Y'all
he'll
have to
watch
listen to
Ricky
me. I don't have to
Stanicki.
listen to you. Don't get it twisted.
But he'll watch Ricky Stanicki,
See,
that
okay,
his
this is what I hate,
barber.
what
I'm gonna
you're
be
doing
honest,
and what
though.
you're doing and what you're doing. Y'all are throwing Ricky Stanicki does not deserve these side shots, guys. It's a very funny, fun movie.
I bet it is.
I've
It
seen
does
it
not
already,
deserve
too.
these. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Joe Pesci nominated
need
3
to-
times for an Oscar, only won once. He
For
was
which one?
nominated
For
for
what?
Raging Bull, Goodfellas, and The Irishman, only one for Goodfellas.
That tracks though. I can see that.
I thought I'm surprised he didn't win for The Irishman. I thought he had for some reason.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't need T-Bob watching My Cousin Vinny this weekend because I need him to finish the book that he's reading because I need to talk to him.
Yeah, I know, and I'm right on the edge of the big meeting.
You keep listening. I know you've been on that edge for the entire week. You keep listening to Fourth Wing, and I need you to.
Yeah, look, when you dabble in romantasy, sometimes you gotta go back.
I don't think you dabble. I think you fully jump.
He is consuming, and he's. I don't know why he's consuming two different series at the same time.
I'm sleeping with two books at once.
I wouldn't even want, and I love them. It's too much.
Yeah. I know. Come on.
It's a lot of names being thrown around. It's a lot of fantasy tropes being thrown around.
Sometimes I get sick of Feyre. Sometimes Violet annoys me, and I just got to bounce back.
Violet's
and forth.
a lot.
Violet's eternal monologue is a lot. But dragons.
Dragons.
It's kind of the entire Fourth Wing thing, but dragons.
But dragons.
And again, I cannot recommend enough, if you're somebody who likes fantasy, the Sarah Moss series, the Court of Thorns and Roses, is what it starts with. The first half of the first book is Twilight-esque muck.
Yes.
It's okay.
Can you? It's like
I cannot fathom that the book that I am reading now
is the same series,
yeah, I know. As the first half of that first book.
I think my favorite.
So all I can say is give it a chance and push through because this third book is popping off.
It is funny because we're talking about this. Jake's shutting down because he doesn't want to talk about it, and like Taylor doesn't know what's happening. But what my favorite thing that happens on TikTok right now is like boyfriends and husbands who their wives have convinced them to either read that series or Fourth Wing, and they'll like do like recaps with them, and the husbands and boyfriends are like, "Oh, this is actually really good." Like that's my whole thing. Like guys shut down when we start talking about it, but they're actually like really.
Well, I never have anybody to talk to about it. I never have anybody to talk to about books either.
You know about dragons. You know, dragons.
My wife got me really big into Love Is Blind season 6.
Okay,
like we talked about.
See,
it
I
on
don't
the
even
show all
dabble
the
in
time.
that. Like that's pretty. You're really in it.
Taylor strikes me. If Taylor reads A Court of Thorns and Roses, that'd be shocking. Taylor strikes me as the anti P1s for.
If he does though. We should do that, and we should do you should be the TikTok. We should get you to do recaps.
Make Taylor recap what he's read. All right, when we get back, we'll ask the bench right about Colker's live visit our Tulsa Blue Moonlight Sky Citrus Suite.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Trash Rangers, yum. Go to Trash Rangers today. TrashSignup.com in just 3 minutes. Select your amount of cans, see the pickup days, see your prices. Okay. Check it out. You're in Livingston or Ascension Parish, you're lucky, okay? You got a choice. You got a choice as to who handles your waste. Unlike a lot of us who are forced into these national silos with companies that don't give a damn and don't give you a quality experience. Not the case with Trash Rangers. You probably see those red cans popping up all over. What was a Facebook thread from a couple of weeks ago? Right? Somebody just got on Facebook, was like, should I switch? And then it was like 50 comments like, hell yeah, you should.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's just different.
That's right.
That's right.
Switch to Trash Rangers.
Switch to Trash Rangers. TrashSignup.com. Go there today.
You can also call them 225-401-0838. And we're talking reliable weekly service, no hidden fees, weekly text reminders, which if you know what I'm talking about, you need that reminder like I do. TrashRangersLLC.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the gymsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the gymsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time to slip away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, The difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows.
Go, shorty.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Bottle full of bub, mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill the buzz, I'm in the habit. Come give me a
The ultimate Fitty song. Full above my mind, got what you need.
Tell me everything.
And
Let me
make
hear
love.
That's not the words, but tell me everything.
I just kind of just like make the general sounds.
I've
It's like Pearl
appreciated
Jam.
the Fitty and Outcast vibes today.
Yes, I have too.
Why somebody call me during the show? It pisses me off.
Everyone knows your schedule.
Always.
Is it somebody that does know your schedule?
Why would anyone call me?
No. I understand it situationally, right? But the person who just called me is somebody who should know.
Would it be like me calling you?
No, because it's also there's a weird middle ground. Because if you call me during the show, I'd be like, she definitely knows, so there's maybe something
I guess
wrong.
that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe there's something. You would be my first call for sure.
Well, no, I mean, look, I don't know. All I'm saying is like that's where my head
Oh God,
would go
Rivers got
if that
arrested.
was-
She needs help.
If that was the case. If it's somebody's complete random, whatever.
I
don't
might
know.
call you if I got arrested. You probably would be my call.
When I got arrested, I randomly somehow remembered one of my best
Maybe not.
friend's numbers from high school. And I called my best friend. Don't know how I remembered his cell phone number.
Historian?
Yeah, I called the historian. And I told him, hey, I'm in jail. You got to get me out, but you can't tell anyone. Don't tell my parents. I got to go. And then I hung up on him.
Did you see the thing? Wait, recently
My
where
parents ended up finding out.
Did you see the thing recently where someone got arrested for I don't know drugs or something? Well, I don't know what it was. Maybe in even a foreign country. I don't know. And they got their one like they could use their cell phone to send a text or something. I don't know what it was. And they texted ChatGPT and they were like, "I've been arrested for this. What should I do now?" And ChatGPT got them out of it.
What? Wow.
They just followed the instructions and
What did Alondra tell us? AI, you can use AI or it's going to use you.
Yep.
There you go. Dude.
I use AI all the time.
It's kind of like going to an 11 personnel fast-paced offense.
Yeah.
You can either do it or you're going to get exposed by it.
Yep.
It's
Same
kind of
thing.
like going to AccuTemp. You should use it for all your AC, heat, and electrical needs, you know, because otherwise your AC, heat, and electrical needs are going to suffer. Because AccuTemp's reviews speak for themselves, okay? They say service to the highest degree, and that ain't just lip service, y'all. Go look at the online reviews and understand that you want to take advantage. Now, let's say you need like a whole home generator. No, go ahead. What's up? Take advantage.
Totally unrelated.
AccuTemp BR.
Nope.
Okay, now AccuTemp Baton Rouge. You need like a whole home generator or something. Look, there your answer. Get ready for storm season. Don't lose all that delicious meat you got saved up in your freezers and whatnot. AccuTemp Baton Rouge. Again, y'all, the Google review ratings kind of tell the story there. They're incredible. AccuTemp Baton Rouge. Experience it for yourself. AccuTempBR.com.
Your now got me. I thought it was like you were like leading into like now.
Yeah, no.
I would not call you. I take that back. You would not answer.
He would not
No,
answer.
No, I take that back. I got to come up with a
You
different
know
person.
those memes that are like, if you had to win $1 million and
Somebody has to answer, yeah.
Whoever you call doesn't answer, and if they don't answer, you win $1 million. I'm calling T-Bob.
Oh, that's a good.
Oh,
Yes.
they don't
Also,
answer.
yeah,
you
if
get
you
$1
don't
million.
answer, you get $1 million.
You're
I got to tell you.
But
It feels kind of hurtful, guys.
Hold
It
up,
feels
hold
kind of
up,
hurtful.
hold up. I do need to take up. I do need to take up
Twice.
for my guy. If you call T-Bob, he actually will answer. If you write T-Bob, he definitely will not answer.
Colleen's like, oh, what's up? Is everything okay?
I've called him like 10 times in the last year where he always answers. I'll
Last
say that.
3 months, I've called T-Bob twice. He's answered both times.
I will say, I probably call T-Bob.
The stock is so up right now.
I call
Never
T-Bob probably
call
more
T-Bob.
often than that. I do. But like when I call T-Bob, I don't need anything sometimes. I mean, like there's like one thing
Not
we got to talk
arrested?
about, and then like we just,
Yeah.
like, you know. But so maybe that's the problem.
One time my brother got arrested and his friends called me to let me know he got arrested, and they were like, hey, don't tell my parents, right? And
It's a classic.
we never told my parents,
What?
right? Never
Y'all
told
got
them.
him out of jail
Got
without
him
your
out,
parents
never
knowing?
told my parents. They sent a letter to my grandparents' house, and that's how they found out. Guess who got in trouble?
You.
Me, because
Yeah.
I knew
You
about
didn't
it
tell
and
them.
didn't say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the
You
trustworthy
covered
one.
up. You covered up the crime.
Freaking letters.
Yeah, who sends the letters?
It was
The year
like a
of our Lord
letter from
20.
like the
The government.
Not
Yeah,
me.
it was like from the prison or whatever.
I still don't think I know how.
We had to teach
Prison.
T-Bob
It
how to
wasn't
send a
prison,
letter
it
a
was
few
just
years
regular
ago.
jail.
I don't remember.
No idea.
It wasn't prison.
You write
Taylor,
the
do you know how to
address.
write a letter? Do you know where everything goes on the front of the letter?
Yeah.
You write the
Your
address
Had to
that
teach
you
T-Bob.
want to send it to in the middle.
Where you're sending it's in the middle. You put your return over here and then the stamp in the
You
other
put
corner.
your address on the top left, your own address, and then you put the stamp on the top right.
Yep.
Can you write a check?
There you
I'm
go.
about to say, you teach him how to write a check in the
I
same
wrote,
Can
I
you
wrote
endorse a
check.
check?
I wrote a check yesterday, and I asked the woman. I just put the number on it, and then I said, "What do I do next?"
Oh my gosh.
And she said, "Write out the number." I said, "Okay." And then I was like, "Do I need to sign the back?" She said, "Go ahead and sign the back." Bam. Who do I make it out to? Okay, we're good to go.
I only know 'cause
She coached me through it.
my dad used to make me do it for him.
We had a class in
I
fifth
had to
grade.
write checks to people. Like I don't
write
yeah,
any checks
classes.
anymore.
They
we
used
had a
to
class
teach
in fifth grade. It's called
yeah.
Bank at School. You had to learn how to deposit, write a check,
But
do the whole
like
deal.
as an adult, sometimes we write checks.
I almost never do. If I have to
For
write a
bills.
check, I have to
Yeah.
go get a
Like big
temporary
bills?
check.
This is not like something that's like doesn't happen anymore. Like
I
we
feel
still
like everything's just like auto bill pay and
Yeah.
stuff, dude.
Yeah,
If
I
you
mean,
have like
you
a big
can.
bill
I
though, like you don't
rarely
want your
write
card
checks.
like
Yeah, but
having a
you
limit or
might.
freeze
Yeah.
up or
Yeah.
whatever. If it's like a couple $1,000s, you know, you write a check.
Yeah.
Don't put it on your card.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm definitely putting on the card, bro. Credit card points. I freaking.
Well, I don't do credit card. I
I
do debit
edge
card.
myself thinking about credit card points. They're the best. All right, see you Monday.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
That's true. I mean, you should see the amount of chase points your boys got built up.
What are you gonna do with them though?
I bought. That's why I got my laptop. Like I bought all kinds of stuff with them. It's awesome. They're the best. They're the best. I buy everything on a credit card and then I pay it off every month. But I put everything on the credit card. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Hell, if they take credit, I'll do that too. Look, man, tax return season, okay? Maybe get a nice little return. It's time to invest in your greatest asset, your home. You need vinyl or wood windows. You need vinyl hardy plank siding. You need any type of door. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding is your one-stop shop. And I tell you every day, okay, let him prove it to you. I'm not even going to tell him you use it straight up. Get multiple bids, right? So you have that peace of mind. Just make Tommy's one of them. Go Tommy's.com, GEAX
I mean, what T-Bob's saying is true. Like, he's come to my house before and he's been like, hey, I mean, you can ask other people. I'm like, no, Tommy, I want you to do the work. I mean, you're going to get the best service, genuine service. Go Tommy's.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.